it was like just about $1,000, and that
I've
was when
seen it.
it went into a thing, and then it was like it'll cost us 12K to replace. Sorry, 1,200 to fix it, and it's only
Yeah,
worth $1,000. The insurance will just give you the grand and tell you to fuck off.
yeah. Mine didn't even like give me the money because it was for an MOT failure. So they were like, "Yeah, insurance is just gonna get like cancelled."
I
The
once
reason
looked.
mine was 300 is like it was a diesel Golf. I paid 1,500 for it, and it was in decent nick at the time. But then numerous things went wrong with the central locking system, which was the expensive repair, and then Dieselgate happened, and like the
Not
value of all
Dieselgate.
and the value of all Volkswagens just like decimated, literally. So
Yeah.
mine went from being like worth $1,000 to being worth basically nothing,
Is it
being worth less than the fuel in its tank.
is it really funny weird to anyone else that they call the thing like things get called like X Gate when the whole point of the Watergate scandal was that Watergate was the entire name of the place?
Yeah, I find that weird as well, but
So,
it keeps happening.
so we doing D&D?
Yeah,
mean-
are we?
Are we? It's a good
Are we?
question. It's a fair question.
we're half an hour late.
Do you want to do D&D?
Yes. I tried to start for so long.
I'm awake now, so yes.
Why do you keep trying to start? Like, you should just start. Stop trying and just do.
Stop doing and try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All right, we're starting. Who remembers what happened last time?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Andrew, can you see your voice?
I think so. I can. Also, unlike on Wednesday, I've not got a big picture covering the map.
Nice. So what did happen last time?
I mean, we've been chasing down this bloody political chain after we found out that. Oh fuck! What's her name?
Oh, there was an aboleth that we were having to wait for time for like a diving suit to be made for me to be able to use,
True. So we can go and talk to them. Where
and
the
then
hell
went
are
to
my
somebody
notes?
else.
Yeah, the engineer behind all of the robots is called Tina, and then I made the frickin' Tina from Borderlands joke. The Mind Flayer Alhoon that's with us is called Barton, who's like the general secretary, and he also runs the robotics workshops. So he's the one who went. In terms of what's going on with the robots, probably go and speak to the engineer. RK, that's the leader of this place. Yeah, she's totally down for like adopting all of the sentient robots in as part of the society and just integrating them and letting them blend in and be part of the city. She's totally down for it, and did not want them to be killed. Bartram doesn't want them to be killed, allegedly. So yeah, we're hunting down who gave the order and who's like, what's the word I'm looking for?
We've went down the chain enough.
Yeah, we're going down the chain because we started at the top, and the top were like, wait, what's happening down there? And we're like, right, great. Now we need to go down.
We do not want that to happen. No,
Yeah,
no, that
no,
doesn't sound like us. Well, it is happening. Shit.
Well, that's what's happening. Well, that's what's happening in your city. Well, shit. We need to find out who's made that happen and go stop them.
We just kept going down the chain, and everyone gave us the same "Oh fuck, that shouldn't be happening" response.
Oh yeah. Also, Colt spoke to an AI that had the weirdest name, fucking Gabagoo.
Yeah.
Gabagoo's great. Having a good time, quite frankly.
Oh my god, there's so much text on Colt's sheet. It's a good thing it's not paper, otherwise I would have ran out ages ago.
Imagine if it was a
It would
wizard
look like a folder by now. Oh god, no!
I have had characters with so many spells on them where it took like minutes to load up their character sheet, or it just crashed Roll20 when I opened them.
Well, this is just in notes because he
Yeah.
he has like 3 spells.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's all I have in my notes that we're going to, because we were waiting to speak to, I forget the aboleth's name. but it's going to be like half an hour before we get a suit for Fume. So we're like, we might as well go and speak to the engineer who's making the robots.
And thus, we said travel, travel, travel next time.
Yeah. And here we are at Travel, Travel, Travel next time.
Hello, next time.
Oh, goodbye next time.
No.
Hello this time.
Goodbye. Next time, you are now.
Now?
True.
Now.
Now that's in the past.
Ah.
So, here we are.
So how did we decide we were? Because the guy said it was. We worked out it would be an hour by our normal ship, I think, or was it 20 minutes by normal ship? So it would take, like, 2 and a bit hours for TQ by himself.
Yeah.
How did we decide we were getting there? Or we're just taking the ship?
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to take the ship there, or do you want to just, like, zoom over on TQ, but much slower than
Shit.
taking the actual ship? Got it.
We agreed
Ship,
this
after
last
all,
week.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was trying to remember. Take us to the place.
Good to know.
Doodly woobly woobly woobly.
Something does occur when you get roughly
1/16 of the way there.
God, no, that would be terrifying.
That right outside the door.
Yeah, you guys get on the ship, you take off, and then immediately.
Oh, for God's sake.
No.
Fuck off,
When
we're
you're,
just
like,
taking off. When you're 10, sorry.
Can we just use the massive gun that Fume stole to just shoot whatever it is?
When you're like 10 minutes away,
Right.
you would notice. Give me, all of you, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, that would include me.
I'll get the robot to
It
roll
would.
as well.
Oh,
I
wow.
love how TQ is proficient and Colt isn't.
You've put Sonya in a main character tag. Such organize.
I know, I have. I've organized some of my the character sheets that got really disorganized after an amount of time. No, never mind. None of it's fine.
Yeah,
You're all
everything's
fine.
fine. Don't worry about it.
We all roll shit.
You are all good. Do not worry.
Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered something. Which I'm gonna have to fucking search for. In the history of Joseph. Sonya, while we're traveling, Sonya also gives everyone a gift.
I quickly open my gift.
It is, looks like alcohol, maybe?
You know I can't drink right now.
Oh, don't worry, it's non-alcoholic alcohol.
I put it away.
Colt opens his.
Same thing. Everyone has a special God brew.
I'll save this for later.
No idea what the fuck it does, but I made it with my
Definitely
magic.
saving it for later. Definitely saving it for later then.
Also, I love. I don't know what it does. While I aggressively scroll to find what the fuck it does.
I see. So Sonya doesn't even know what it does.
No, something to do with her power or something.
It's a thing. It's one of
Yeah.
them things, you know. You know the things.
the thing.
You know.
Anywho,
Quite frankly,
don't?
to be perfectly honest, at this point, I'm just used to not having an explanation and just finding out on the fly.
I
He
see.
doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that in a shitty way.
That's
but
true,
it is still
though.
true.
Maybe one of the most accurate things that's been said.
Good God, Joseph, we send some stupid pictures and messages to each other.
Do we?
Yeah.
What are you referring to?
I don't know. I'm currently back to the 24th of the 7th.
What happened on the 24th of the
Oh.
7th?
On the 23rd of the 7th, I sent you a perfectly normal picture. Let's just copy that to there, and then I can go back to searching while you story.
I'm so intrigued now. Ah, yes, that is normal. It's one of the more normal pictures that we have sent.
Anywho,
Like that's I don't.
what doesn't happen?
Nothing.
Or
You
everything?
didn't
So
notice
nothing
it,
doesn't
so
happen?
nothing.
A lot of things don't happen.
A lot of things occur, and you don't notice them. That is what happens.
Excellent.
I'm following the others because they seem to know what they're doing.
I mean, we're on the ship, so I'm guessing we're just
Yeah.
waiting to land.
Yeah, you know. Give me another perception check.
We all land and are like, something's not right. What do you mean?
There's no land here. What the fuck?
Well, nothing happened. Normally something
damn it,
happens.
My God.
Court's clearly just meditating.
I could definitely be doing better things with my rolls.
However, TQ, you're proficient, and you are the ship.
This is a passive thing, and I'm a dickhead.
25. The boy listened.
TKO notices something. It is taking you longer than you expected to get to where you want to go.
And the only notification you guys get of this is TQ's like head on one of the monitors just going, "Oh, not this bollocks again."
Like you've definitely been flying. You would say you've been flying for like 10 minutes in atmosphere. By the way, you could reach your destination way faster if you start just rocketing through the atmosphere. But that would be very dangerous. In and that the ship would explode.
Yeah, because friction. And it's a spaceship, so it's designed to handle anywhere between 0 and 1 atmosphere.
But yeah, you notice it's taking you a really long time to get where you're going. And what Tikia would actually probably ultimately notice is everything, like, when you're looking off at the ground, everything seems a bit odd. Like, toward, like,
What,
if you look...
Does it look like it's on a conveyor belt where it's like, I'm sure I've seen that mountain before?
No. It's more
Okay.
like you're moving really slowly.
But the indicated airspeed is actually just yes.
Yeah, your speed is not different as far as you can tell, but you are moving slowly.
Friggin', I don't know, Arcana to see if it's a friggin'...
Roll
Magic
me
thing.
nature.
Okay. Get the robot to roll nature.
I understand.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
does not understand. Some phenomena is occurring that is beyond you.
Can I roll Arcana anyway to determine whether it's magical orientated or not, to at least report that to the party? Being a robot, he would go through different possibilities before going, okay, here's what's happening.
Yeah, roll an Arcana roll.
Man, that's crap for an Arcana.
I'm gonna
For
tell
his
you this.
anyway.
It's not specifically magic. Obviously, you are aware. Obviously, whatever's happening to you is supernatural, but it's not like magic is not specifically causing it.
Hey, Maras, remember when we got stuck in that fourth dimensional being? And it seemed like we weren't moving anywhere. That's happening again. As far as we instruments are concerned, we're at full chat, but we're hardly moving. Not magical orientated, by the way.
I'm done.
I am done.
Yeah,
So-
because I thought you had a retort a second ago.
Someone respond. So, how similar to you does it seem?
DM, question that.
You don't think you're moving? You're still moving forward, but you don't think you're colliding with anything.
Mm.
So, different from then. You're not quite sure how different, but different.
Okay, well we at least know it's not the
It is-
same thing.
It is different because we are still moving, just not at full chat. At least it doesn't seem like it, judging by reference points down on the ground.
True. When you use the environment to determine how fast you're going, you think you're moving about half of what you're supposed to be at about half speed.
So it'll probably take 40 minutes to get there rather than the usual 20.
Although you would by referencing the ground, you would say as you're getting closer to your location, you are slowing down. Again, the speedometer says you're cruising along at top speed. Well, top in atmosphere speed, but
Coped with high wisdom, insight, etc., would turn to what's his name, Bartran? Just be like, hey, this engineer of yours, is the warehouse or factory or whichever it is isn't a no-fly zone, is it?
it's like, no, should just be able to go straight there.
Huh. Why would they want to stop ships getting close?
I mean, that's definitely quite suspicious.
Hmm.
The kind of thing someone who doesn't want to be investigated would do.
Really?
So we said last time the ship is 10 times faster than Tikio's drone form,
Yeah.
and we're currently at half, but as we're progressing, we're getting slower and slower.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still doing a right old clip for now. If the speed dips below Tikio's movement, Tikio would this is just for Tikio's. And if anyone else has any other ideas, please go, because I'm clutching straws. If we got to the point where we're going below Tikio's body, like humanoid body movement speed of 1,000, he'd probably jettison himself and see if the humanoid body can move freely, or gets massively slowed down to hell.
Tikio, you're sure you immediately accelerate to top speed? Assuming this is what you want to do. Like, I assume you're going to try this tactic.
I mean, Tikio's like, if I jettison me now, the ship will just disappear, because it's way faster than he is. Even if he's dashing, unless we're progressing to the point now where it's going like, let's just use movement speed for it to make it easier. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, and Tikio's like, okay, my drone body could like outspeed this now. Is that where we're at?
Is that what you want to try?
Does anybody have any other ideas they want to try before we get there?
Ideas are ideas. It doesn't hurt to try something if you've got an idea.
Yeah,
I have
but
no clue.
it just, yeah, okay, fair enough. Just because my idea requires waiting for a bit, but it like the pace that we're going, we are still getting closer. It's just getting to the point where it's like okay, this is getting too slow. I'm gonna see if my body can like get there. So Tikio's humanoid body, just using its fly speed, is it all right, or does it get slowed?
You jettison out of the ship and you begin flying, and you fall behind the ship, but not as much as you think you would. Like, you get sort of, you do fall behind the ship quite quickly. And again, you are moving at top speed, as far as you're aware. But once you get like, let's say like 300 feet away, or the ship like gets 300 feet ahead of you, in quotation marks,
Mm-hmm.
you and the ship seem to sort of be moving at a similar kind of speed relative to the background.
Mm-hmm.
But you were aware you were accelerating at full speed, and the ship should just be pulling away from you.
Uh-huh. And then as we're still going forward, and we still keep covering more ground, does like the drone body of Tikio start like reeling in the ship?
No, you stay like you're never able to get closer or further. Well, you don't go further away, but you're not able to get any closer. Like you're pushing yourself to your maximum speed, and it's just maintaining a static distance from you. You are moving forward though. You are approaching where you want to
Do I
go,
have
just not very quickly.
do I have the spell I keep meaning to add? Yes, I do. What happens if Tikio burns a spell slot to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself, which doubles his speed? It allows him to, so he's using the dash action to move at 2,000 speed, and then Expeditious Retreat allows him to do that again in the same amount of time as doing the 2,000. So his speed goes up to 4,000 per
Uh,
unit of time.
you get a bit closer for a bit before returning to being 300 feet away after a while.
What did you hit?
Like you do accelerate, you definitely massively accelerate, but then you eventually fall back into place. Like,
Is there some way that I can use the ground to determine what speed I'm actually doing?
do you like go towards the ground?
I mean, Tikio's just going to look down with his drone body and just take into account, because he is a robot. He can probably just look at the ground and go, right, my altitude, my altimeter is saying I'm at this altitude. That reference point over there takes this long to go from that point to that point. Apply all of the calculations, etc. Here's how fast I should be going.
You can vaguely I mean, you can determine that you are moving much slower than you would normally be. Like,
But I can't put any sort of number on it.
maybe at about like currently at about like a tenth the speed you would normally be moving at, and you would be aware you're getting slower.
Inside the ship, again, just on the tannoy.
Hey, monkey fella, we're dealing about your speed now. Let's see if you have a chance.
Tikio's voice sounds higher pitched to everyone who hears it over the tannoy. Oh, sorry, lower pitched.
Aw.
Wait, we're doing about your pace now. Get up there.
Hey, funky fella! What the
Yeah,
fuck are you
he
there?
sounds. No, he sounds lower pitched,
Yeah.
and he's talking quite slowly.
Also, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry.
Oi, monkey,
you sound-
boy, we're doing your speed.
Yeah.
You sound like Marvin, which is a reference that's for everyone not called Joseph.
Don't know what that is.
Nice.
Very funny. It's very funny.
I
Sorry.
guess are the rest of us doing it if we respond?
Uh,
Like if Code goes, okay, you sound a bit weird.
sorry, no, I did get that right the first time. He's really high and squeaky. You guys, when you respond, are really slow to him. Is how it sounds. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, but slow from his perspective.
So we
Yeah.
hear him fast, he hears us slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do we hear each other? Like, how does Sonya hear
on the
Code when
ship-
Code says, okay, you sound a bit weird there, buddy?
You sound normal.
All right. Well, TQ did still say we're doing about Colt's pace. He's trying to consider whether it's mechanics that are like mechanical, inorganic objects that are being slowed, especially since we don't seem to be affected speech-wise. So, Colt fly speed, which is 120, to just see
Cool.
if you can keep up with the ship.
You immediately fall behind the ship and TKO by quite a fair margin.
Yeah, goddamn it!
Well, it was nice
They are
knowing him.
flying. They are flying like really fast. But eventually, eventually, once you're about like 2,000 feet away from them, you're sort of now moving fast enough where they're not getting any further from you. You
True.
can't get closer to them because they're still moving forward really quickly. But you're not falling behind them, even though they're moving really quickly.
Okay. Back off the thrust to basically idle so that one, characters can catch up, but also to see if my speech turns back to normal.
It takes so the ship stops moving. Like you just
Essentially
hovering where
just
you
goes to
are.
hover. Yeah.
It takes a while. Eventually, Tikio gets to where you are. It takes quite a while though. It takes ages for Colt to reach you. Like
I don't know why I'm puffing and panting. I'm flying.
like to the point where it's like, yeah, you're moving as a bolt of lightning, which is really surreal for everyone to observe a bolt of lightning moving incredibly slowly towards you.
It's like those like super high shutter speed cameras where they record lightning storms and you just see the lightning spread across the sky like some tendrils.
But you do eventually get there, but like by the time you get there, you're quite hungry. Like you're all kind of ready to settle down for like a meal before going to sleep or whatever.
Good thing I don't need food. But hey, it's nice to have.
Yeah.
I have another idea. If anyone's keen, I could get into orbit and then just decrease the orbit speed so that I catch the gravitational influence of the planet and descend down onto it by gravity. And then, like, engage the thrusters just before I hit the ground so we don't all die, obviously.
So your plan is to like dead drop onto it.
That's my idea.
Sure. As you
Because everyone can rest while the ship's doing this.
yeah. As you sort of like pull away and go up, you gradually notice that relative to the planet, you're like picking up a lot of speed. Until you're moving at what you expect, until you eventually move how you would expect to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
You hover over this place, and then you just start dead dropping. And you fall at 500 feet around. Well, actually, it'll be faster than that because the ship's heavier than a person. So
I was
But-
also going to
well,
say how
That's not how weight works in D&D.
I mean, yeah, it
I was also going to say how you're the physics student. You could maths up how fast we'd fall.
true. Although technically the weight doesn't factor in, it's the air resistance of the ship. But anyway,
Exactly.
the ship has a lot more air resistance. But yeah, you fall, and you do fall quite fast until you start realizing that you are now falling slower at the thing until like it seems like you've basically stopped, but all the instruments on the ship internally are telling you the ship is moving at the same speed it's always been moving at. But when you check relative to the planet, you're basically standing still. Like the ship was moving way faster than this before.
But essentially, we're like above it at a certain altitude.
Yeah. How long do you stay there?
I mean, assuming that the distance between the ground here and space is the same or similar as it is on Earth or on Faerun or whichever the material. With our characters, it shouldn't take that long for us to cover for our organic bodies to cover the distance.
Are you gonna try and drop down?
If we're unaffected by it.
Are you gonna try and drop yourselves? Like jump out
Yeah.
the side of the ship and just drop?
Yeah, because once you reach terminal velocity, again, weight doesn't really matter because again, it's air resistance and just how hard gravity can pull you down, which is a constant. So terminal velocity is the thing. So Colt will try, like he'll
You're-
volunteer to
You're
like.
you're definitely falling at roughly the same speed as the ship as well.
Yeah,
But you're not moving anywhere. Like you can tell the ground is not getting
right.
any
So
closer.
so Colt is like level with the ship, free falling.
Yeah.
What if he uses his fly speed to try to fly down?
You can fly faster than let's say 700 feet, right? Per round.
Uh, 240,
You
480. Yeah,
true. You can also let yourself fall first. So basically, plus the terminal velocity to your speed.
plus like 240 speed from a dash.
Yeah,
Because like to like boost it past 240, I need to burn key.
you start moving faster and you go down faster, and you like free fall, like boost with the free fall.
Mhm.
You do get closer, but the ship. You notice that the ship is basically like
Hovering.
hovering 100 feet behind you, and you can't get much closer.
Uh,
Bear in mind when you guys were almost there when the ship basically couldn't move anymore. When you just accelerated at it with the ship.
Yeah, Colt calls back up to the ship if the hatch is still open. It's like,
Okay, good news. We're already moving at the same pace it is, but since it's not powered, if we move, we can't get closer. If you use like fly or something.
But yeah, Colt, bear in mind you
like Colt's not going to move
currently-
anymore. Now that he's 100 feet away, he's
Yeah.
just going to continue free falling until everybody's like, okay, we can move, we can catch up.
So does the ship like accelerate to pick up Colt and then try and keep accelerating down?
I mean, I was assuming that the ship won't go any further.
If you turn the engines on to try and fall further, the ship can get further down. Bear in mind,
Okay.
Colt couldn't make any more progress after he got 100 feet further forward. He kept slowing down.
Oh, okay, so we're right. Sure. Amp the freaking engines back on, I guess. Back to square one.
Yeah, you
But at
the
the
ship.
same time, Tikio's like, I'm gonna ready an action to like reverse the thrusters just in case the ground comes at us real fucking quick. He's also not gonna use full thrust either until he like thrusts towards the ground. Then it's like okay, maximum to like not hit the floor.
You get pretty close to where you're trying to go, but can't make any more progress without like massively pushing the engines over what you should in atmosphere.
Colt's looking at the window. Can we see the building?
I assume you've picked Colt up because Colt wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to get this far if he wasn't
Yeah.
in the ship.
Yeah. When you said use the engines to get up to Colt and pick them up, yes to that.
You
but Colt
can
would-
see the
Colt would
building.
probably
from
like
here.
just like
It's very far away, but you can see it.
Colt, just because he's like having fun, would probably like grappling hook himself to the ship to like hold it steady himself in place and just like surf down.
Yeah,
Can we see the building though? Or
you can see
whatever
it.
Bartran says is the warehouse.
Him inside the ship will tell everyone inside the ship that it's that building there. It's about 4,000 feet away, and you are like accelerating at it, and you're not getting anywhere. currently.
I didn't suppose any of ye lot have any teleportation that'll cover that distance.
Probably.
Do you teleport?
I mean,
I'm all out of stuff.
I'm
I've
waiting
got us this far.
to hear from other party members.
I mean, you've had me going off in one for ages. I'm all out of stuff.
Sure.
I don't have any teleportation
Yeah.
apart from like really short range.
So yeah, there's this spell called teleport.
Crazy.
TKO doesn't know you've got that. I know you've got that. TKO doesn't.
I love how everything in this can be asked in a, "Hey Sonia, do you have X?" And it's like, "Yeah, probably." But I like I like seeing what everyone else does.
Yeah, but I'm out
You-
of stuff.
You start teleporting.
My only
Yes, I
teleports are
will.
like 30 foot.
I will start. And let's see what that does.
You'd successfully teleport there. One moment. I'll pull you.
I mean, the smartest thing for me to do, technically.
Plop yourself there.
So what you're saying, Joseph, is, it would be real bad if I finished my sentence.
Hmm? I mean, you've teleported. The consequences of that will fall on your head. I.e., you're there.
Also, technically, one of two things would have happened. Which I would have asked for permission first, but you've showed us the map, so let's just assume I do this the normal way. It would either be 8 creatures, or the stupid idea I had was, what if I just put it like through the power artifact so I can just teleport the ship?
Do you want to try that?
I don't now. I've seen where we're going.
Just
Is there a
fucking-
map?
Yes.
Yeah,
You might want
I
to
might want to
reload
refresh.
the map.
It's definitely not a ship-sized map. I'll say that much. At least not
Yeah, that is
Back
true.
in-
not a big ship.
A TKO
No.
sized chip.
Yeah.
I would have a grand time in here.
So yes, who would be coming along?
Maybe it's maybe even big enough for like a gnome-sized ship, you know?
Ooh. Like up to 8 people. So like, I would guess Ben / fake Ben, like whichever one wanting to come along.
Yeah, Ben usually comes with you and then leaves the simulacrum to like pilot the ship and stuff.
Also,
you wanna bring Ben?
TKO will probably stay back to guard the ship.
just for reference, I did also, of course, give Ben one of the alcohols.
Do you want to bring the government representative that was with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one moment.
This is why I'm asking of like who is important that we bring along besides us.
Cool. You're gonna bring the Alhoon with you.
Was there anyone else?
You could call your friends if you wanna see if Alan's free.
No, I mean like in this case we don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just saying as like the people that are there. Of like, is there anyone who is important to bring along?
Also, isn't teleport like in proximity?
Yes.
Yeah, but you could ring them and go to them and then fetch them.
I mean,
if you really want.
even
Yeah.
then, it's like we're going to speak to we are allegedly going to speak to an engineer, so surely we don't need to call
Yeah.
anyone.
I'm just trying to think of like, is there any other NPC that we have with us that we would have brought? What NPCs do we have? There's so many.
No, I think Bethany's went back to deal with her own realm for a bit. So that's the.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think this would be it.
Yeah. Cool.
And then you'll switch back to the world map and be like, oh yeah, that person.
I mean, you could also bring the person who was the ruler of the city with you, but they haven't come. You'd have to go back for that.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about people that were with us. And I think this would be the... Alright, 8 of us can go. Yeah, Takeo, you want to stay and guard the ship with Simi Ben. That makes sense.
Mm.
I think this would make sense for the party size.
Cool.
Well, that went great. I don't know where the fuck we are, but we're not inside a wall.
You
And
are
I'm
here.
assuming that we're inside the building we were just looking at.
Oh yeah, I just mean like, you know...
I mean, yeah. Do you
there's
look up?
There's a tiny chance that we could have ended up in the wall. Did I not mention that? Don't worry about it.
No.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Do you look back at like behind you where the ship would have landed if it had made the journey?
I mean, yeah, we'd look
Sure.
look around. That makes sense.
Ah, big crater behind you.
Ooh.
Yeah, massive crater.
That looks like that's where a boss fight would take place. Definitely not
So best
related
not
to
go-
us.
Best not go there yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need to pick up health and ammo first.
Yeah. For reference for James, Monster Hunter World, Gigante fight at the end. So, what?
In which case, I can't wait to see this because my Roll20 crashed.
Oh no, we can't see it. I'm just giving you
Okay.
for visuals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm imagining that too.
It's just like off in the distance. There's just a. It's not too far away. It's just a massive, big old crash.
A massive big
Kind of like
old
what
crash.
Roll20 just did to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like.
I mean, you could go investigate it if you want. Do you want to?
I mean, it doesn't
It would
seem
be-
like our most important thing to do right now.
Not really. Does it look like there's like shipwreckage in it?
Roll me investigation.
I suck at that. I hope other people do well.
Actually, my investigation's fucking amazing.
9.
A cursory glance. Can't see any.
No worries then.
Sonia. You can't tell if there is any. Then you would have to like. It looks like whatever crashed there was moving insanely fast. Like a
Yeah,
ship
so
was just.
So that's a later problem. It's already happened.
Yeah, I guess.
Ed leans over to Bartran. Any idea what that would have been from? I assume a crash that big would have made news
He just goes.
and been
I've
reported.
no clue. I didn't see
Okay.
it from the ship. Did you?
Nope. And I was surfing on top of it and didn't see that. And that's one big ass crater.
Nah,
Could
I'm
probably
sure-
see that from space.
I'm sure we'll just deal with that later.
Hey,
Hmm.
what's the worst
the
it could
plot
be?
thickens.
It's not like it's our ship or anything. Lol, 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 lol.
Takeo did say that he's preparing to make the ship go into full takeoff if the ground starts approaching.
Yeah, well, we'll see later. Like, If it is our friend, well, what's left of our friends dead, well, that's a later problem. Right now, we can have blissful ignorance.
I mean,
not worry.
if it is what's left of the ship, we've got ways of undoing it.
Probably.
I mean, I've done it before.
Ben
Colt just
standing there
shrugs
like,
his-
oh, it's not this shit.
You really do.
Don't you have like a smart thingy on your wrist that gives you like, I don't know, information about the ship or something, or communications to it?
Yeah.
It-
So
Is
if
it-
I mean,
is
it
that us saying
shouldn't.
it's okay?
Yeah, it says the ship's okay. I mean, just needs to. As soon as anything bad happens to the ship, it sends a signal to this.
He's like, I just need to click refresh, and oh god, no!
It's weird. It does say a last update 5 minutes ago, and it normally updates a lot quicker than that. But there's a load of like timey wimey stuff going on, so I'm sure that's normal.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
let's head in. I mean, true. He does say it does say it's currently out of sync, as in it hasn't received this device has not received a signal in a while. It went out of sync as soon as you teleported here.
All right, so everything's good. Let's go something.
I'm low key thinking probably should have just had Tico say it right. The second you guys teleport, I'm fucking off.
Well,
Too late now. Oh, don't crash. Don't crash. Damn it.
Don't crash, don't crash. Oh, he's gone.
so Joseph, when do you want us to start up Nergigante for you?
No, that's no problem. Yeah, just whenever
I
you.
mean, to be fair, Andrew, you and I both know how strong Nergigante is. Colt would solo him.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I want-
even this one is only CR30, and it's just one.
I need
the
4
previous party
Nergigantes
have
on-
beaten it.
I need 4 Nergigantes on my desk by next week.
And where are those pictures of Spider-Man?
True.
I need pictures of Nergigante.
You're just standing, like not wanting to go into the scary play.
I mean, I was going to move, but Roll20 crashed. I'm trying to get back in.
Roll20 is saying just listen to Andrew, Sonia.
Roll20 is going, no, don't.
Okay, now before I
I'm
close
going-
this tab where I was looking for the arena for Nergigante, even to me this seems like a very one-sided fight. Runa Nergigante versus Dragon Lord Placidusax. Me, who not
That's
fan of Elden Ring, feels like Placidusax would destroy Nergigante.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
If
I have no clue.
Placidusax wasn't a legit magical dragon, it'd probably be fairly even. But Placidusax does have magic.
Also
so
has like
Placidusax
much
wins.
higher intelligence.
Yeah, that as well.
I mean, if Nergigante is just a big dragon with spiky spike, then I see no reason why Placidusax couldn't just keep distance with teleporting and lasering him a bunch from a
Yes.
distance.
Exactly.
Yeah, indeed.
Now I close that tab and refocus on Spelljammer.
Roll20 is really not liking. That's the third crash back to back.
Oh, it loves this specific space.
It
Yeah.
does.
It does not want Colt to move. It didn't even load us in that third time.
What we don't know is the areas that Joseph has marked off with the shadows are actually fully 3D moving rendered images.
Because that seems to be what my setup seems to be unable to take.
I haven't got anything, any fancy moving images on this.
A fully
Okay,
3D
there's
environment.
There's that ruled out. What he has is a 3D gargantuan-sized Placidusax animated in the black, like in the fog of war.
No, we've already ruled out animated things. That means that what I've done is underneath this map, there's a thing where as soon as I go onto this map, and you're in Roll20, it immediately sends malware to your system,
Nice.
then crashes your Roll20.
I mean,
Actually, if you look at the very bottom layer of this, it's actually
I mean,
just
if it-
Rickroll.
if it is you, can you stop making my laptop try to connect to my phone? Because that might have something to do with it.
I'm not sure how to do
Nah.
that, sir.
I'm moved. moved. I'm in.
Nice.
Looks around like Looney Tunes cartoon style, like leans out from behind door frame, looks around.
Before you is a ruinous room. It's been a long time since anyone has ever been here. 4 pillars stand in the center of the room supporting the ceiling. And there are a couple of emaciated corpses in 2 of the corners of this room. There are also 3 coffins that are sealed shut, and 1 corner of the room has collapsed from the amount of time it has been. It looks
What
like it's
the
been
hell?
ages.
Yeah, this doesn't look like any sort of like warehouse factory that I was imagining.
This doesn't look much like the IT storeroom.
No.
Although, to be fair, there is a
No.
body over there, which is very what I'd imagine that they'd have.
It looks
Hey,
more
Bart.
like a crypt.
Yeah.
Hey Barton, is there any sort of records that you might have access to that say what the factory used to be many, many years ago?
I was here 3 days ago. It was a block of IT offices.
But you don't have like building plans or anything like, you know,
Like, I'm imagining this guy's got an iPad, by the way. If
He
doesn't,
he
tell me.
does. He does.
on your doohickey.
He's like, I'm not really getting any signal here, but
Shit.
so I can tell you for a
You
fact
want to wish
this
for some signal?
Sure.
Do you wish you had some signal?
I do wish I had some signal.
Can I
That'd be
try
nice.
and grant his wish to have some signal?
Sure. Do you have your like thing ready?
My thing is active again. It has
Cool.
been enough time.
His wish is granted, and he's like, oh, neat.
Okay, now I can't do that for like a couple weeks, but you know, this felt important.
Hey, you managed to make a computer get signal through what I'm assuming is time. That's pretty
The
impressive.
dragon is gonna come for me again, like 100%.
I'll send him a text saying please no.
Text has not been sent.
Shit.
So only he's got signal.
He pulls. He's like,
when we
yeah,
get
yeah.
back,
I can pull up the plans of the building. Yeah, he pulls up the plans of the building, and it's like office blocks, pretty standard. There's like a lift, an elevator. It's like relatively modernly designed with a large interior space.
I think the implication Colt is saying is, have we gone back in time?
Yeah, Colt is like, Colt was just about to say,
no, I said, is there any reports on a building that used to be here beforehand?
Oh, I have.
It's okay if you don't. Oh wait, what?
Like thousands of years ago, maybe? We don't really know. It's been a very long time since this was anything other than like a large city. It was originally like this entire area was owned by like a cult of evil necromancers before effectively civilization rolled in.
How evil were these necromancers?
Pretty evil.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, we're not really that sure. History being written by the winners and all, but
Is there any chance instead of being necromancers, they were neck-romancers?
hopefully.
That's a
I'm-
vampire.
Ah, then hopefully not.
What if they were vampiric necromancers?
God, that sounds much worse. This is just getting worse.
Welcome
I'm,
to hanging with us.
I fill out paperwork. I don't do fighting.
So there's no other ways out of here. It's just a crypt. This is all just walls.
I
On the
mean,
outside.
like you can see two sort of corridors here
Those
and
are
there.
doors.
But they are filled with a mist of some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. Also, at the
You-
same time, if there's time shenanigans going on anyway, probably not a good idea for people to wander off.
You would need to approach them to discern more about them, because they're a bit too far away and at a slightly odd angle.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's kind of a pillar in the way of both of them from where you're standing.
Yeah. And I'm hesitant to go into the room because it seems like time stuff has already happened.
Well, brilliant.
Timey-wimey wibbly-woo.
I hate time stuff.
God, it's just the worst. Am I right?
Yeah, every time we deal with something, it's always time stuff. It's terrible.
Terrible, awful. Who would
That
do this?
stupid dragon trapped me in a place for like several hundred years once.
True.
Okay, but above game, I do have an idea, but it means asking an overpowered NPC again. I'm trying not to do that.
Hey, if you can think of an idea out that idea.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we
okay.
just are meant to walk it through this place, clear whatever this is, and then we'll just revert back to the normal time.
I mean, true. That does happen in a lot
We
of stories.
Well, if we're going to do that, if we're going to explore this place, I opt that we move in a close group. Just in case. Just in case we turn around and suddenly one of us is just gone.
Okay, if you move in tight knit.
In the tight lightning bolt position.
All everyone, buddy up, hold each other's hands.
Yes,
Form
buddy up.
teams, form groups of
Yes.
yeah, form groups of two specifically.
Yeah.
Ben
But
and
there's five
Sonia,
of
Fume
us.
and Cole.
Wait a minute.
Bartran, shit.
Yeah, and
I-
so the officials just like
I can fix this.
what?
I
I want to be friends.
where the fuck's my millions of... There we go. There you go, now you've got a buddy.
Pen.
Ah, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say I would like to stick with the person that's like,
Important?
yeah, I'm going to stick with the normal person who's had to tag along. Just, you know,
I mean,
case.
yeah, Court's not moving away from him either because, he's the most vulnerable of the lot of them.
Let's
Like,
just let's
any
just,
bad
like,
things
take
come your
this
way,
rope-
it gets punched.
Let's just take this rope and just like tie it around your waist, and then tie it around my waist, and then that way we're connected.
Oh no, the rope's flammable.
No,
That's
no,
true.
My,
Is
the
your
I
rope-
carry specifically non-flammable?
Okay.
True. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pick it up.
Exactly.
So
Sure.
instead
So-
of buddying up, we've just all tied a rope to this one guy. We're just like
No
orbiting
one
him
can be
like a
lost.
planetary system.
What a perfect solution.
We should at least, yeah, I'm down for this. We should at least investigate this place. Might get some ideas as to what the hell happened. With regards to, what seems like time reversal or something like that, I don't know. Chrono keeps on going on about this sort of thing. I can seldom understand it.
Look, sometimes time doesn't, and sometimes it does.
It's supposed to go forward. And
Oh,
sometimes it
that's
doesn't.
not true.
It's more like a big ball.
I know that-
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
If it goes
No, I know that.
forward much faster, I'm gonna have to leave the party quicker.
True, that's a fair point.
Oh.
Well, if it affects us in a way that's much faster.
Hmm. Well, there may be a reason
Cool.
why it's yeeted us to. Sorry? Or did you say cool?
Yeah, I just said cool. Are you
Right.
going in as a team?
Yes, can you move us all as a group? Because we will be moving simultaneously because we're all roped to a person.
Okay.
Yeah, nice big block of us rotating.
I've said it
You
before and
all
I'll say it again.
scuttling.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It speaks volumes of this campaign when you're level 23 and we're all still going, huddle up for safety.
Nah.
We're
We're-
level 23, but I think we're probably like the 6th weakest thing we encounter on a regular basis.
Also, this guy is definitely not on our level. Like,
He
True.
he
The
is a,
NPC.
We are
he is one of
we are also looking after this
He's-
guy.
that's what I mean, yeah.
he's one of the strongest things in the default monster manual, but he's not been altered, so he is just an office worker.
At least
So
we've
yeah.
got line of sight on these doors now.
There's 2 mist gates here and here that seem to lead off elsewhere. And again, there are also 3 gems around each door.
3 gems around the door. So like
Yeah.
one on each side, one on top.
Yeah,
And have a closed door.
yeah. All of the gems are ruby red.
Ruby red.
I thought you said it was misty, or is this like a Elden Ring fog gate over a door situation?
Yeah, there's like an Elden Ring fog. It's exactly that. Yeah, there's an Elden
So
Ring
there's
fog
there's a
gate.
gate behind it, but there's fog covering it as well.
Yeah, you can see the door frame, but then just inside
Oh.
the door frame there is fog.
I've seen those things before. We're not getting through there.
It is foggy.
Foggy. Foggy go hop hop.
And then
And then turn order appears. And he
Don't
says
pay
hello.
I'm just clearing the turn order,
Mm,
just in case I didn't clear it last time. Don't worry about that.
don't worry.
It just lives there. So yeah, what do you do?
It's like Clippy. Don't worry about it.
Can I offer you some assistance? Oh yeah. The room is illuminated by 4 braziers. Well, 3 braziers, but one has been crushed by rubble. You can also see 2 bedrolls here,
Oh,
although
we're,
they look very worn.
we're gonna have to double up.
Gonna have to triple up. There's 6 of you, including the bat.
Okay, so which door do you like?
Left or right? Yeah.
Which one screams to you? Then we'll pick the other one because doors shouldn't scream at you.
Indeed.
Right.
Right it is.
Yeah. I'm happy to go with that.
Sure. You approach the right-hand door, and once Colt gets within 5 feet of it, because he's the closest, in the weird rope monster thing you've got going on, the 3 gems light up. First, the top gem lights up, then the gem on the right lights up, then the gem on the left lights up, and then they stay illuminated.
Huh. But that's it. I take it they're glowing red.
They are glowing red.
If we back
And
off and then go forward, does the same occur? Do they like go off and then go back on in the same way?
Yeah, if you back up and then approach again, once you back up a bit, they go off. Then once you approach again, the top one lights up, the right one lights up, the left one lights up.
Okay, so we at least know it
Yeah.
is approach based.
I've had a really I say really. It's not a nice idea, but
Oh,
there are bodies in the room.
Do you
We could
scoop up?
take one of those. Yeah, Cole could scoop one of those up, put it within reach of the gems, and then have us all back off to see if the light stays on, and then we could move as a group to the other one to see if light having both lit up does anything.
Sure.
If that's how that works, or if we back off and there's a body in front of the door and it goes off, and that tells us more.
Colt, like
yeah,
walk-
I'm not gonna enjoy doing this, but
Colt will awkwardly shuffle over and pick up this emaciated corpse while having a rope tied to him. And then what do you do?
Mm.
Leave it in front of the door?
put it in front of the door.
Sure.
He's
you
not gonna just like plop them down. He's gonna be a bit more respectful than that and put them in like a resting position.
Cool. You carefully place them in front
And
of the door.
and he also makes like the core semantic gestures of sign language for please forgive me, but I'm trying to help my friends here.
And then do you walk over to the other door?
Okay, let's back up and see if the light stays on.
Sure, you back up. The lights go out.
Damn it.
so life based or
Okay.
intelligence based or something along those lines.
I will feel guilty if I don't. Can we shuffle back over there again? He's gonna put the body back where he found it.
Sure.
He's like I've done a bad thing enough by moving them.
Scoop places back in their resting position.
And then again, it's core sign for sorry.
Yeah, it's a very crusty corpse. It's been there for a while.
Yeah, he brushes himself off.
There are no fluids left in that.
Dusts himself off. Okay, that didn't work. What if I swap positions with Sen? How small of a creature can we get away with?
When you move away, it stops glowing briefly, and then when Sen approaches, top, right, left starts glowing.
Okay, so familiars are able to set it off. Any life force by the looks of it so far? Not that having both doors lit up would do anything. Is it literally a case of we could be in like touching distance of the door and nothing changes other than the lights being lit up?
I mean, like you haven't done anything else yet. Do you approach the door or go? You don't even know if the other door's crystals light up. To be fair,
We could at least check that.
do you all scootle over there?
Sure.
Cool. You approach. First the top one lights up, then the one on the right lights up, then the one on the left lights up.
I'm probably overthinking it, but I am wondering why that order.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
So who wants to just interact with the door?
No, as to a stunning everyone. Don't everyone
Sonia,
compose
so-
yourselves.
Sonia and or Sen, if we're still going with the right door, Sen swap with me and I'll do it. If these doors like age you to death or something, they won't to me at least.
Yeah, but Sen's like, don't. If you just see Sen like turn and be like, "What word are you using? What nasty word are you going to use to describe me?" And he just turn like, "You know what you are." Starts with a D and rhymes with posable.
I love how Colt is the one who's like, no, let's not harm your little animal friend, and you're just like, they're posable.
Look,
Like I could summon the animal friend back easy. You're difficult to resurrect.
yeah, the only
This-
thing
this
that's
is kinda
important
really
in Sen
awkward
is their
now.
sentience.
This is sounding really awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Uh-huh.
gonna pretend none of this conversation is happening because just weirding me out now.
Okay, Colt, go ahead. If you
Look,
really want to.
I feel really sorry for you, little bat buddy.
Thank you.
Colt, do you attempt to go through the misty doors?
I mean, Colt's just going to touch it first.
Your hand touches the mist. It feels cool to the touch,
Mm-hmm.
but seems fine.
Touches you because you said it's like a gate with a fog in front of it.
Yeah. Well, it's
Is
the
it?
it's a door frame, and there is mist maybe like an inch past the start of the door frame. Like there's a corridor clearly behind it, or you would
Okay,
think
so there isn't a door behind it, like a physical door.
you wouldn't say there's a physical door. No.
The hand goes through the mist.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I'm gonna try. You know. Although to be fair, the last time I did this, nothing bad happened. Sticks face through.
The mist is cool on your face.
Can blind sight not see anything?
No. Peering.
Well, that.
According to blind sight, sensing the shape of objects near you. How far is your blind sight?
It's not far. 10 foot.
As far as you can tell, this corridor goes like 5 feet in and then stops.
Huh.
As
What?
far
As
you
if
can
there's a
tell,
wall there.
as if there is a wall.
Since this is like, yeah, actually, I could probably do. Surely can do this. Again with face through wall, pulls out quarterstaff and just reaches with it to try and like interact with the wall.
You're gonna try and interact with the wall.
Just by tapping the quarterstaff against it to make sure that it is actually there, and it's not just something messing with his blind sight.
When you reach forward, you do feel something.
So the quarterstaff taps against something. Does it feel like what Colt thinks it is, or is it something else?
I mean, all you know about it is it's a flat object.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a bit based on the tapping information alone. It seems like a flat object.
If Colt like gives a few jabs and taps, again his experience with these kinds of pieces of equipment, quarterstaffs, over the years of using them through spelunking and dungeoneering and things, he'd know the sound of one clocking off of various materials like brass and stone and iron and things. Is there any sound at all?
If you give it a harder tap so you can get some sound off of it, make a dex save.
Shit. At least he's good at these. 23?
That's a number that's good.
Colt.
Mm-hmm.
You are it.
The floor beneath you opens and you fall onto some spikes.
I mean, fly speed.
Yeah, but you weren't flying when you started, and it takes you by surprise. You land on some spikes.
Ow.
You can fly. You can fly out.
Yeah,
Hang
do
on.
that.
But you will. Give me a con save as well. You will take.
Do you know what? I'm just gonna hit Diamond Soul because
I'm sure
Yeah,
20
yeah.
is enough.
You take.
29
Oh damn! You take 12 bludgeoning damage from the fall, and you take.
maximum.
Yeah, it did roll max.
I take it a 23 was a fail, so I don't get half.
It was a fail. Yes.
Oh wait, I still get half anyway.
Yeah, and then
6.
you take 15 damage from the spikes. You succeed the Constitution save. So you take half of
What's the 5d4?
This. The 5d4 is the spikes. The 12 damage is from the actual fall. The 5d4 is from the spikes. And then that is, you take half of that. The 46 damage is poison, which you take half of because you succeeded. And then you can fly out.
Colt slowly flies out, looking a bit nonplussed, and he's like, "Well, that's one of the worst traps I've ever fell in. That would have killed anyone else. But I'm pretty sure that would have killed the vast majority of anyone else. The only reason I'm not dead is because it's me."
You fly back up, and then a moment later, the trap resets as the floor plating here goes goes back into place.
All right, want to try that again? Flying. See if you can cheese it. The floor falls onto you.
The ceiling falls onto you. You die. Rocks fall. You die.
If you keep...
No, that
Okay.
poison wasn't the poison that they smeared them spikes with was not nice. Hang on a minute. I'm immune to poisons. I don't think I'm immune to poison damage.
Yeah, you can't. You as a monk, you can't have the poisoned condition, but
Yeah.
you can be poisoned still.
Yeah. Court's just like, I'm just lucky I'm hardened to such things. Yeah, it felt like there was a wall on the other side of that, but I couldn't discern what material. Other than that, the fog doesn't seem to do anything. I wish I still had ghost hands.
I miss you, ghost hands.
We miss you too, Colt.
Who said that?
The ghost hands.
You know who we should have brought with us? Ghost Crow.
True.
He'd have solved this.
Okay, I guess I'll continue being the guinea pig.
Guinea pig.
We're very thankful for your
Guinea
sacrifice.
pig bridge transporting guinea
Right.
pigs from point A.
Now that with our
Point
positions,
B.
all the gems should be lit up, does anything else happen? And Colt is flying now that he knows the doors are there. He's like, you guys might want to be ready to jump. Just in case.
When all of the gems get lit up,
Mm-hmm.
things.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. No.
I activate counter rock.
Rock does not care. Rock can't be countered, sorry.
Kobold Press actually did a spell called Rockfall Ward, which literally just reads, if rocks fall and everyone dies, they don't.
Alright, I use that.
You cast this as a reaction and the rocks don't fall.
Lol.
They also do a spell called I Have the High Ground. It literally just
Never.
elevates the ground underneath you to a higher level.
High ground, motherfucker. I mean, that is pretty good. But yes, can you... everyone... What's everyone's passive perception? I need to know that.
I think mine's like 19 or something
Oh.
like that.
Billions. Actually, it's pretty high. 17.
Like 16.
17, 16. What was yours, Colt, again?
19.
Yours is 19, so yours is the highest. Okay.
I'm glad that I infected your mind with that again.
I truly hate you so much for that.
Also, just an aside, how great is it if you watch the newest Spiffing Brit video? He also used it.
Cool.
Great
you are
pizzas
all
think alike.
you are all surprised by this.
All surprised.
Yeah,
Even after Colt was like, just make sure that you guys are ready to jump if anything happens.
And I
And
personally
Colt
am
is
shocked.
flying.
I mean, true. There's a reason you're surprised though. All you really see is a blur, couple of blurs, 3 blurs.
Look out, it's the Flash!
And they're gonna go for one. There's 3 players. I'll aim for them. 3. Ah, wonderful. Colt does a 34 hit.
Doing maths. No, it doesn't.
Sonya does a 35 hit.
Probably.
Make a DC 20 con save. Nat 20 will hit Fume because it's a nat 20. And Fume needs to make a con save.
Wow. 13.
That is a fail.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my character sheet to move. On save, you said, sorry?
Yes.
Man, whatever these things are, they do mad damage.
Fucking speed mummies.
Yes. The mummies are really fast.
That's just
Or they're,
pa-
or
that's
they're
past
time
that.
dilated, or they're time dilated as hell.
True. That is a fair point. It would be more accurate to say you guys are really slow.
How dare you?
How dare you? You know I'm a speed demon.
Yeah, Sonya fails unless you did you get a 19 on Portents today? Oh, you got a 20. Do you want to give yourself the 20 to succeed?
Nah. I was thinking
Sure.
of doing that, but then it's like, nah, I'd rather save the 20 and I'll just fucking fix myself later.
In which case, you take 17 bludgeoning damage and 45 necrotic damage, Sonya. And since you failed, your maximum HP has been decreased by. It's decreased by 45.
God, my brain, there's too much math. I have... What is everyone's hit points? I feel like, as usual, my hit points are probably way lower than everyone else's.
Current,
Yeah,
current
you will-
245,
not
245
max, I
currently.
mean.
290.
Fume.
That's over double.
You take 26 damage. And you take an additional. You take the 21 plus 5 plus 48 plus 49 damage, but your hit point maximum isn't reduced by the amount of necrotic damage you took.
Sorry, can you give me a damage total, please?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
My screen isn't moving well. I'm having to do this in Notes app.
Come on, Andrew, open up the calculator.
Uh, 123 damage
Okay.
total.
So that takes me to 1,207.
You are still chilling.
I have 130 hit points at max.
True. The only one of you that has a ridiculously large health bar is Fume.
Yeah.
But that's because she's immortal. A bit.
Makes sense.
She
I don't
also
know
got
if the HP arrived when the pregnancy started, so I think
True.
it was just like
because you had 3. You had 3 kids. Or you're gonna have 3 kids. So it's increased the amount of immortality you have.
Sick.
Pat pat.
Okay, so
So you got more HP.
so I'm very confused about someone's died.
I'm good.
I'm very confused about what happened. So what damage did I take? And how much? Why was my max hit points reduced by 40?
Because you
Because you
failed
got
to save.
mummy rotted. Also, you two got hit, so you get shoved away.
Stupid old undead, reducing your max HP when you fail their saves.
These gems stop glowing when
where are
Sunya
these
gets
mummies?
pushed far enough away. You didn't You aren't technically sure what they are yet. If you roll Arcana on your wounds, you might be able to tell what happened to you. But all you really saw was a sort of brownish blur ran up and punched the three of you. Fume, this looks like a mummy's curse that you've managed to resist.
God, this,
Sure, yeah, but like, what's with the whole blur thing? Are they in the room still? Can we see them? Is it just like a thing that's happening?
Give me a nature roll.
Great, I'm fantastic at nature.
this is so confusing because of the way that these rules work.
You think... Yeah, you think you are, like, either they're super fast because they're in a... You think that their rate of time is just faster than yours. They're experiencing time slower than you are. So you're not really moving to them, but they're moving really quickly to you. But it's not because they're traveling quickly. It's just because they are in a higher time frame.
So wait, so their timeline has passed beyond ours now, so they're not actually here anymore? Question mark.
Sunya got like shoved away when she got punched, so the gems over there stopped glowing. And then the mummies disappeared.
So currently, my hit points because of that, confusingly, are 86 max, with still somehow with 8 temporary hit points.
Yeah,
That's real.
Man, that's squishy.
you got soul punched.
Yeah, because
A
technically,
shirt
I
can't defend you from a soul punch. Sorry.
I blocked all of the damage from the bludgeoning, but the necrotic wasn't actually damaged and just targeted max hit points, so both things got targeted. So technically, I took no damage from that.
Man. Yeah, you got soul punched. That's tragic.
Oh, wait a minute, I had half the damage.
You got punched right in your soul.
Well, what's half of 70 in?
8.5.
So 8.
Yeah, because you always run down, so it's 8.
Yay, I go back up to 16 temporary hit points. Who needs actual hit points? Looks at 86 max hit points, panics.
Yeah, what do you do now? The gems on that side of the room are no longer glowing. Is the only thing that's changed.
If you guys have like, although if we set those gems off again, there's no guarantee those things that just attacked you guys would come out again. But you guys could set up like a trap of your own on the other side of the doors, and we could like set them off and have the mummies, those things, sorry, whatever they were, just like hit your trap. I can't do stuff like that though.
Does
I
anyone
could
have,
maybe,
like, a
I could
blip
maybe
of
try
footing?
to, I could maybe try to clothesline whatever comes through my door.
Unless the doors themselves are just a trap.
I mean, I guess technically, like, I could waste a spell slot and do time stop, so that when they run into it, they get time stopped.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't catch other people in that, so you couldn't time stop this room and then have me punch the crap out of them when they're stopped, no?
No, but you'd be able to get one uncontested hit against them, and you do big.
Yeah, but you can't. Or can you stop it with me being able to move around?
Oh God, I just thought I don't even know how the new time stop works, because I know it changed slightly.
Did they make it worse?
I mean, how could you make time stop worse? It's impressive if they've made
Oh, they'll
time
they'll
stop
they'll
worse.
find a way. They'll find a way.
Time stop already does basically nothing. The only way I think you could make it worse is if it didn't stop time.
Okay, no, I'm gonna grab my book in a minute just because I'm curious, but no, the AOE of the spell is 1,000 feet, so no, it's not. I can't make a smaller one. Damn D&D movie making me think. Because I was like thinking of the bubble from the movie.
I mean, I think the way that works is it's supposed to expand to 1,000 feet. Even though,
That makes
according to
no
the
sense because it's instant
Yeah.
as well.
also time stop stops all of time everywhere.
Except
It's
it
just if
doesn't.
No, it does. It's just if you move further away than if you go far enough away, then time starts moving again from wherever you started casting.
It
the spell.
literally is just for how they used it in the film, where, oh no, we've robbed a place and now the guards are on us, but all the doors are open. Time stop, I just walk out of here.
Yeah,
It's like, once you get to that level, are you going to be doing that? Really?
not really. At that
No.
level, you could probably kill most things that would stop you.
Yeah, at that level, you've got an 8th level slot to cast, I don't know, Reality Break.
Or teleport, which is like a more effective
Sure.
version of time stop. I walk out of here. Although I guess there are some places that you can't teleport in and out of, where I suppose time stop would be slightly more useful. So yeah, what do you do?
Also technically called. You could
Huh?
you could fuck with it in a weird way. Because if you got out the magic lizard, the time stop wouldn't affect you.
True.
Which also really brings into weird questions because like, so we're assuming that time stops everywhere. If you have the lizard out, time doesn't
Yeah.
stop, except it has stopped. So how is time not stopped?
I'm just in my own little timeline bubble.
Yeah, you have by having anti-magic, you have entered a new timeline.
If you think about it, it's time travel.
Yeah?
Man, when
Can
time
you
stops,
imagine
it just feels
having
so much
the-
better about everything.
Can you imagine having what Colt has, but you're fighting the wizard that does it? They use time stop and you just keep walking at them and they're like, how the fuck?
So like what you could potentially do is like say for example let's just switch on the map. Say for example, like I stand over here and you stand at like the bottom with
Sonia, give me a perception check.
I haven't moved, but
You've moved over there.
sure, okay. It's better be Joseph trying to help rather than hinder. It was great.
Sonia, you notice.
Your legs fall off.
Yeah, Sonia, you take a step, you've no legs anymore.
You have
no.
noticed this.
You have noticed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have, and would have just kept going without them.
True.
So you better pick them up before you keep heading on.
Yeah, I kneel down with my non-legs and pick up my legs. And then what
Okay,
do I
great.
notice, Joseph?
Now that you've done that, Sonia, you see there is a little in front of this coffin. There is a little wisp of air that you notice that like crawls behind the coffin, or like sort of like a pie in a 50s cartoon.
Uh-huh.
You know, they give off that smell that you can sort of visually see. Basically that, but it's leading behind the coffin.
Okay, I don't know what to make of that.
There's a little wisp of air pointing behind a coffin. What? What more do you want? That's what you see.
Okay, well I just saw something weird, so I'm gonna explain the rest of my plan and then check on that. But my idea, very simply, and this is because I'll forget if I don't. I can use Sen. Sen, go over there. You stand like down here. You activate your anti-magic thing. I activate the time stop. You would be within the bubble. So that you wouldn't be affected, and as soon as the things entered the timey-wimey, you would see them. You could walk up to them with the time lizard, no, with the anti-magic lizard, to just before you get to them, and then everyone can punch the shit out of them before. Also,
For reference, that is the anti-magic field that Colt would generate. So you,
I thought it was only 20 foot. Oh wait,
that
is
is 20
foot.
feet.
wait a minute. Also, I've just thought of another issue.
Okay.
Also, I can't say
One
that.
second.
Oh right, yeah, I'll check it so that you can see it, which is really.
I've only placed Colt in the middle to show where the thing would reach. So
Yeah, but we can't see
Course.
that currently.
There you go.
Now we
You
can
should
see
see
it.
it now.
Perfect circle.
I'm gonna let you finish what you were saying, because Colt has a retort.
Uh,
Not a retort, but like to add to it.
I mean, my stupid thought that I just realized is so time is stopped when you do time stop. It's stopped everywhere.
Yeah.
But if someone else who is not related to me interacts with someone, that starts time again?
Yeah, but their time has stopped, so they can't do that.
But no, if they're in an anti-magic field, the time hasn't
yeah.
stopped.
Yes.
So,
Where that?
so
Okay.
does that-
Technically, rules is written the way that spell works. If you're standing in an anti-magic field and someone interacts with someone, then yes, the time stops.
that sounds like bullshit.
I
Yeah, but
know,
what-
right? Time
yeah, but
stop's
what-
garbage.
Yeah, but what with the anti-magic field?
Wait,
though?
no. The spell ends if one of the actions you use during this period or
Oh,
any
true.
effects
It
that
has to be-
you
yeah.
create. Okay, so we can muda this.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, so
anti-magic
yeah, but-
field
yeah,
time
but-
stop.
okay, but I have one concern. If they get into the anti-magic field, they'll be unaffected as well, and they'll be like super zippy and fast.
Yeah, but they won't because time has stopped for them. That's why I was seeing as like you.
Yeah, but
move-
if they're in an
Yeah,
anti-magic
but if
field,
they get into my field, so what I would have to do,
time would
is I have to-
resume.
I would
That-
have to place Lizzie down on the floor.
Yeah, that's why I was saying down where Sen is. You go far
Yeah.
away from me, and away from the
Yeah,
doors.
you'd have to be in the corner. You'd have to be in the corner because if you're in the field, your spell will switch off.
Yeah.
Also, they will be.
You'd have to be in the
zippy
corner. You'd have
in
to be in the corner. We'd have to have two people. We'd have to have like one person here to open the doors. You cast the spell when they step there. I get out the lizard. The creatures are on either side of here. I then leave Lizzie in the middle, walk up to them, and then obliterate them. Presumably, is that how you thought?
Oh,
this,
right. Your
is that how you're thinking this working?
your plan is leave them outside of the anti-magic field so that you
Yes.
can try and pummel them. Okay.
And then
From
and then since it is a bubble, you can move the bubble so that it is directly touching them but isn't touching them. And
As
then
in,
you
like,
can punch the shit out of them because you're on the edge.
Maneuver the bubble so like just their stomach is inside, so they can't actually get out of the way, and then just like punch their stomach until they're.
My only other concern is yes,
Dead.
I could do that. My only other concern is if any part of me leaves the anti-magic field, it will be either stopped or slowed down. So what I might do instead of Muda Muda is Silver Saber, electrify it, and just thrust that through the edge of, or into the edge of the anti-magic field where a piece of the creature is. Presumably if that's how we can time it, that is.
Sounds good to me.
Because then that's like it doesn't account speed into it. It's just touch. You take that damage.
I highly enjoy that you're like trying to think of the let's murder the puzzle.
Look, Joseph, I'll be honest with you. My brain has turned off. It's a miracle I've came up with this as a solution.
Andrew, your brain hasn't switched off if you've thought of this situation.
I think you guys are doing a fantastic job, and I'm happy to watch it.
I really enjoy that your first thought walking into this room is this, and not I'm gonna investigate the room. No, I'm gonna do time stop,
Wait.
anti-magic bubble.
Technically, Joseph, I did say that I'm checking the wisp after explaining the plan. So there's still a chance for you to have your puzzle solving by puzzle. But, yes, otherwise, this is the plan we've
I
come
am
up with.
I am highly invested in this plan as a person who could do nothing because there's an anti-magic field now.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, I am more invested in this than I should be because we've finally found a way of using time stop. So I am excited for that to happen.
I'm just gonna sit here and pull out the gun that I have and just hope that the gun can do something at some point. It is just a gun. It has no special abilities.
Oh God! You fire a
Big
gun.
damage.
There's like a millimeter in the time stop before their face, and it just like stops in the time stop. As soon as time starts, that bullet is hitting them, and they're going very fast into it.
Again,
I mean,
they're
that's
not
what-
moving
that was-
quickly. Everything
That
else.
was Colt's idea earlier of I could try clotheslining them as they come through the door, but it's going to be so difficult to time. This might take error out of the equation. Might.
So Joseph, when I look behind the coffin slayer,
Yeah, and you check behind the coffin.
the stone coffin,
You find a small inscription down the back of, on the wall behind the coffin.
that says "Don't brute force the puzzle."
No,
That
I mean
says-
you could fully.
it's-
yeah.
I'm fully down for you to go with this insane plan.
Is
Like-
it like
Look,
is the
if
thing
nothing
he
else, we're going to
says-
use this at some point.
is the thing Sonia says like a little heating dial that just has time dilation written on it?
It is an inscription that reads, "The light guides the way."
Alright, does that mean anything to anyone? Because there is a light missing, but it looks like that was accidental or like not on
Is
purpose.
it honestly? Is it? How many? You said there were torches. Are these like standing torches, or are they like
They're
braziers?
as I said, they're standing
Standing braziers.
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 Do you investigate them?
One of them's smashed, isn't it?
Yeah, one of them was completely destroyed.
It
under
should be
rubble.
a simple. It should be a simple matter for Slot to fix that.
Yeah. Excuse me for 1 second while I grab book.
Insane plan. Insane plan.
Like, by all means, if you want to do this, go for it. Also, for reference, the mist doesn't vanish, but the crystals don't activate when they're in an anti-magic field. You would guess the crystals are in some way magic.
Mm-hmm.
But the fog remains.
Okay, as far as I can tell, the spell looks barely different. I think it's just wording. Anywho, yeah, so something to do with light or time stop the way it was definitely designed to be.
Yeah. So, what do you do?
Shall we at least try the
Insane plan.
the easier one first?
Should we at least try the insane thing first?
No quote said.
Well,
Shall
I
we
mean,
at
if we
least
try
try
the
the
insane
easy
thing
thing
second,
first?
what's the chance of us doing the insane thing?
True.
Sure, if the really obvious normal thing works out, then you're never gonna do the insane thing.
Everyone's
Gotta do it
sad.
now before it works out.
Or do you want to do an insane plan first?
I
I'm
mean,
down for either.
I would be I'd be more pleased to not have to waste a 9th level slot, but
But it would be funny.
yeah, that is kind of my whole thing.
Oh god, I'm starting to think like you again.
Why don't we let's have a bit of a think first. Let's like go over here and check this area that's collapsed.
Let's go over there and cast time stop.
Yeah.
You find a collapsed corner of room. There is a pretty destroyed brazier underneath some rubble.
I mean, I'm not exactly just.
Uh,
I'm not good
there's
for
also-
much other than punching, but I can also lift.
Sure.
What
Yeah,
what kind of damage does it look? Like
it looks like it's been crushed by rubble.
so
As it's
more like
it has-
natural
Yeah.
age of the place as the rock has crumbled.
as the ceiling has collapsed on it. It's in several tiny pieces. Is the brazier?
I can at least get the rubble out the way so you can get the brazier.
Yeah, and then I can use a cantrip to fix it.
Do you start are you gonna try and mending this brazier together?
Yeah, what like half cold moving things, and then as I like get more bits, mending them together.
Also, Colt is going to bear in mind whether he should move a rock or not because it might be holding something else. So he's just like, okay, do I move that or can I move that or nah?
Sure, it's pretty easy to dig enough of the brazier out. Like it's not very difficult.
Mhm.
Give me an investigation check, Sonia,
Jawohl.
to see if you can get all of the brazier.
All of it. 100%.
I was going to say Sonya advantage help action, but I thought Sonya has like a plus 1 billion to this roll. It's
You
fine.
easily
Let's see what the advantage
gather
rating
up.
is. Ah, it's even better.
Yeah, you very easily gather up every single tiny piece of this brazier. And then do you use mending to start like putting it back together?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in a lot of pieces, so this will take a while.
Oh yeah. I know there are quicker ways for me to do it, but like this is
Hey, it
just
might take
absolutely
it might-
free.
It might take a long time for us, but by the evidence of what we've seen so far, time's moving real slow for us right now.
So it's all
Uh,
relative.
It takes like an hour or two to fully reconstitute this brazier. And in that time, you would notice something.
Mm-hmm.
At the very bottom of the brazier, once you've like effectively where the fire would be, like on the inside of it, there is a letter carved into it. You can read it because you can read every language.
As long as you don't make a new language.
As long as I don't make new ones, which there are loads of
Yeah.
like alien languages in this game, but
Like
it's one of the
Bubbles man.
yeah, it's one of the quote-unquote normal languages.
Yeah.
It's Draconic, which you read it. It is the Draconic letter for Y. As in, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's. I don't know about the lighting this up, but there is a letter at the bottom of this. Fume, go stick your head in the other fires.
Sure.
See if you can find any letters.
I'll go look for letters in the other fires.
Sticks head in fire. It's like, oh, that's lovely.
It's nice and warm, but it's quite oily. It's kind of hard to see anything through all the oil.
Aww. But it's fine, you'd burn the oil off. So,
Sure,
I
I
mean-
increase my temperature output.
Sure, you eventually like. It's a way of emptying a brazier. You
Not the fastest way, just the way that is unique to what Fume can do.
unique
Takes you,
to
like-
us. We're very
takes
unique.
you like 3 minutes, but you eventually like burn it out fast enough where all the oil evaporates. And which one are you checking?
I will check this one first.
You find the letter C.
I will shout out there's a letter C over here.
This is in common.
Letter C in common, please note that down. Then I will move to the next one that's available. I'll do the same thing again.
Can you read Celestial?
I don't remember. Just go check.
I thought you could read all writing. Do you have like an invocation
I
for that?
think I do have that. I think I have Eyes of the Runekeeper.
If you have Eyes of the Runekeeper, then it is a letter S.
Sure, I shout out the letter S in Celestial, and then I will go check the last one.
In Infernal, there is an N.
An N in Infernal.
So, I'm pretty sure it's direction-y, but what were the other ones? The
You
Draconic...
had CSYN.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry,
Draconic Y
YCSN
The
is the
common
why-
C
why was
and
Draconic?
infernal.
I know it's Celestial Infernal. I missed what the second one
Common.
was. Common. What was that one?
It was a C.
Let's see. I just wrote them down to put into the chat so it's written. YCSN. Whole channel taken down for making that tune.
Destroyed.
Look,
You're done.
don't go near the village people. They will get you. And I don't mean that in a like gays are bad way. I mean as in whatever, I can't remember who fucking made that song. Whatever dickheads made that song are litigious as fuck. Just like the Olympics. So, why CSN? It's a good question. Why CSN?
I don't know if it's directional because there's the
No,
NS,
it's...
but then the CY.
Yeah, the C and the Y just show that my memory doesn't last longer than 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard the S and the N and ignored the one that I found. Oh, yes, obviously what we need to do is rearrange this into a word.
That's all
Kunsi.
consonants.
Kunsi.
Can see.
Can see. I can see.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
I mean, in terms of show the way, technically, it could, if we went alphabetically through them, could be showing directions, but we don't have a way of applying this. But we've got more information.
Why is it all in different languages?
That is also an interesting question. Maybe to
when-
make
when
it
it's- when-
difficult?
When you said Draconic Y and then Common C, I thought, is there something particular about the symbols of all these letters in these languages that makes them something else? Because, like, Draconic as a alphabetical language is present in the PHB.
All of them are present in the PHB.
I didn't know if Celestial was. I know Infernal and Draconic was.
All of them are in the PHB.
No, Infernal isn't. That one was...
It is.
No, are you sure? I thought Infernal
Yeah.
was the one that was...
I mean, I'm digging the book out now to have a look.
secretly in the back of Descent into Avernus.
Yeah, infernal runes were not written out in the Player's Handbook.
Yeah, but it's
I'm gonna
mentioned
see
in the
what
PHB.
is.
They're all mentioned in the PHB in the
Oh,
section
right.
of languages
Sure,
where
sure.
you can...
It's languages from the PHP, not
Yeah.
written languages.
Yeah, my misunderstanding of what you meant.
Yeah.
Like you can, it says these are languages you can take, but it's not it's not. Yeah, their alphabets aren't necessarily written in the PHB.
I'm sure the Draconic one is at least.
I think
Draconic
so.
is. Infernal is written in the back of Descent to Avernus, I think.
Yeah. Anyways,
Glossaries. So much better than contents.
so everyone has like another half hour of me fixing this brazier. Because I've now, despite the fact that we might have found the only important thing, I'm now, like...
Stuck just doing that.
No, I'm not stuck. I've decided I want this brazier fixed. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you reassemble it perfectly, and it doesn't have any oil. But if you filled it with oil, it would then function again.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've got like half an hour of me mending. Of people can try to think of solutions.
What if we anti-magic field time stop?
Each letter. What? And then what? I didn't really think of then what.
Then we murder someone on top of each layer, thinking they demand a blood sacrifice.
I mean,
Maybe that'll work.
that normally is what things want, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, that's how I wake up every morning. Someone has to do a blood sacrifice, or I can't get out of bed.
Same.
Yeah, I just need something to do a blood sacrifice, otherwise I just can't get my head together in the morning.
It's a god thing, you know.
Yeah.
Someone's got to sacrifice a goat on top of a mountain,
As a
or it
god,
just won't happen.
it's a god thing. Or an Eldritch Horror thing. 50-50.
It's a bit of both, to be fair.
Legit. I'm not finding this. I've seen this bloody diagram before. Why the fuck can't I find it? Is this like a bloody, what's the word? Mandela effect thing that's happening to me right now? There's a bleeding diagram of the 36 planes in here, but not languages.
Anywho,
Bollocks to it. Surely at least Draconic is in Fizbins.
so what do you guys think of these letters?
YCSN, you
There
can
you
see
go.
nothing.
There is the Draconic alphabet, James.
Shit, that didn't help. Thank you anyway. Right.
And Y looks like
Just-
a dagger.
I'll give you all the information. Here's the Celestial alphabet.
Q looks like a question mark. W looks like a question mark.
Right, okay, the celestial S looks like a Y. Legit.
Yeah, the that looks like a Y, and the Y looks like a J. What does a
Well, what does
what does a
infernal
C
N
look
look
like
like?
in
Does it look-
common? Does it not look like a C?
Here's the Infernal alphabet.
I'm waiting for the common alphabet.
Common is common.
I'm waiting.
Man, the infernal alphabet looks so fancy.
I mean, it makes sense. They want it to look fancy when they're writing.
Actually, fuck.
I
Common's different.
I know
from
it
English.
is. I was waiting to see
yeah,
if you remembered
Copy it over.
because
Here's the.
the common language is not English.
Here is common.
Yeah, the C in common, because it's Old English, looks like
An
E, like
Ah,
a
so
lowercase
yes.
e.
C looks like an E. Y looks like J. This is definitely all what Joseph's planned.
Yeah?
Uh,
100%.
What was it? S for celestial?
Yeah.
So that looks like a V. All right, we've nearly got 4 letters here, and then what is infernal N? What does infernal N look like?
An H?
Yeah, it looks
An
like
H.
an H. Excellent.
Or maybe an L.
No, I like H.
But yeah, H. So what does that mean? What have we got with that? This is great. You've invented some new puzzle that I'm trying to solve.
So there you go.
That does
There's
not
the
make
there's
any
the 8
sense.
letters that we have.
Right.
Make a word with those 8 letters.
Let's crack this.
Then we have one vowel and 7
Y is the vowel,
consonants.
right?
A, E, I, O, U, vowels. So
Yeah,
we've got
but
an
Y
E in
is
there.
technically a vowel because it can actually.
It's a
be
half
used as a
vowel, true.
Yeah.
Like for words like by and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just so that they all get a vowel.
Also, my brain has melted, so I don't know. What
Likewise, mine is starting to fizz and misfire.
This is
Oh.
wonderful.
It wasn't melting, and then this conversation has removed it, and I'm like,
There you go. There's the word. I don't know why I put that extra H. And I've also missed out a couple of letters.
Because there's 6 letters there. Chesney.
Yeah, Chesney. Chesney Hawks.
Perfect.
What letter have I missed?
The
Oh, there's 2 Y's. Shit.
oh shit, yeah, there is. So we need two Ys.
ChatGPT thinks it has an answer.
Nice.
It thinks it might represent the phrase yes, can, say, no, even help.
Yes, can say no. Even help. No, yes, cannot say that, ChatGPT. I say otherwise. I say out loud, Chesney!
I believe he retired
Strangely,
recently.
nothing occurred.
The whole universe ends. That was the trigger word.
That's actually the word that Orcus found that kills gods when they say it, so you both die when you hear it.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Wakes up in his own domain. Well, damn it.
That's the word so foul, even gods die when they hear it.
Hey, I'll take that as a win.
You found a suicide word.
Yeah.
A word that always kills you.
I'm gonna write that in my character sheet. I have learned the word Chesney.
There we go.
Yeah, let's put this in the allies and organizations where I put my items. Foul word. Yeah. Maybe I should put that next to Seppi.
True, but if you get too close, they might become far too powerful for you to control. Just be aware.
I have the foul word and the Deus Ex Machina. Okay, so I might have went insane for a second.
I think we all are at this point, Sonia.
Only a second.
Also, while we're sitting, I'm actually gonna be smart. I know this is gonna shock you. This is more of a Sonia being smart an hour ago than Andrew only just thinking to do it now. I'm just gonna use remove curse on myself to get rid of that curse.
Fair.
Yeah?
I could even heal if I wanted. Funny. What a weird concept.
You do have to get out of Colt's anti-magic field first.
I was assuming it's not
I'll
actually
put the
off.
lizard away for now.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Because
We're
if
we're just
Sonia's
leaving
doing
that there for
mending, it's
visual.
definitely not going to work.
True.
Yeah, it's just there for visual reference for how big the field will be if it gets used.
Cool. I'll turn it off for now then.
So I suddenly gain a load of maximum hit points and technically lose a load of damage. No, gain a
Yay.
load of damage.
You go back to your original max HP, but it does. You don't heal, so
Yeah.
yeah, you are just damaged.
What's the new spells? Okay, so does anyone else want to try inciting anything while I'm working?
I mean, Joseph, with this whole letter puzzle thing, Colt having way better wisdom than me, can I at least make some sort of rule for, like, a clue? At least. For Colt to be better than me at this exact thing.
Give me give me an investigation roll.
I'm probably better than Colt at this, actually. IRL. Never mind.
No.
Colt thinks the letters Y, C, S, and N are scrambled and spell something.
Well, yes, we know, Colt. It's Chesney.
No, you're taking into account the ones that they look like as well.
Ah. Well, what words do the original ones? Sneaky. Sneaky.
So sneaky.
That's not a word, is it?
It is if you put a
No.
couple of other letters in to make it less of a.
It's a name.
I mean, I assume that's spell. How's sneaky spelled? Is it
Yeah,
SN?
No, I wasn't
SNCY.
talking about what Andrew
Sneaky.
said.
Okay, nothing happens when you say that out loud.
There's 4 viziers and there's 4 pillars. Is there anything on the pillars at all?
No. They,
Is there
they
anything on the
are.
sarcophagi?
You check around the sarcophagus. Which one do you start with?
Court will work his way around the room in a clockwise direction. So down, left, up, and then meet
Okay.
back at Sonya on the other side.
Okay. You start with this one. Give me an investigation roll.
Aw. Come on, Colt. Do well. He's gonna do shit. 11.
You think you've like feeling around the little under lip of this coffin. You think you found like a little button.
Can I focus in more on that and see if there's any mechanism or anything like if the investigation is feeling around feels a button, okay, focus in on that. What does he see anything else particular?
Your investigation would have included like figuring out if there were any mechanisms connected to the button. As far as you can tell, you don't think like you're not really sure. As far Colt's brain can only currently come up with could press the button.
Okay, Colt, before pressing anything, go check if there's any buttons at the other ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Sure.
He goes and investigates the other sarcophagi, bearing that in mind.
Roll an investigation check.
Lucky
You do not
to make that lucky to make that go away.
To make it go away.
Now, one go away.
Feeling around this one, you find another button. But it is the button on this one was sort of here, whereas the button on the one you're currently investigating was closer to the feet of the corpse. Both are like under the lip of where the where the coffin slightly hangs over.
No, this coffin was set up by Miyazaki. So there's a button on that one. There's a button on that one. What about this guy?
Roll an investigation. You find the same inscription that Sunya found down the back, which reads, "The light guides the way."
Yeah.
And feeling around again, you find a little button or switch there that is again sort of like tucked away. It's hard to notice.
Okay. These all have switches on. These all have some sort of switch on them. Considering the last puzzle we found, the switches probably kill us.
Do you?
I'm only
do you,
I'm being slightly sarcastic there.
do you investigate the next two?
I thought I'd investigated them all.
You need to investigate this one and this
Okay,
one.
sure. I'll roll for both. But shit. What?
You
Bob.
you don't find a button on this one, but you do find a button on this one. It's sort of it's more towards the middle of the coffin. But this one you don't find anything.
Someone who's more techie than me might want to look in case it does have a button. I can't find it. But sometimes two sets of eyes are better than one.
To be fair, you're pretty confident you've done a thorough search on all of them.
But no other symbols, so it's just the 4.
You haven't found any other symbols.
Five sarcophagi. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of us.
True. Do you want to, like, all... What do you want to do?
Who just died.
I think it was Graham. It was Graham.
Hopefully he comes back.
Hopefully he
Yes.
stops being dead. Because, you know.
Well,
Graham, I summon thee. Return to our coil.
return to our coil.
Cast resurrection.
It worked! Your resurrection worked!
Hello.
Hi.
We hear you.
Thank goodness.
Sorry, were you trying to say something while we were going through all that jank?
No, I was trying to work out what was going on and why I couldn't hear anybody.
Ah.
Right.
Okay, just to give you the lowdown, Colt has done a lap of found switches behind every sarcophagus bar here because he rolled a 9. And he said if anyone's real good at switch gear and stuff like that, to maybe have a look for like 2 eyes better than 1.
Have
If
you-
there is one there, then there's 5 switches for five of us.
So, what do you need, like perception or investigation?
Investigation.
I'll give it a shot.
I can check stuff when I'm done with this mending, which I could technically stop at any time, but I've said it's half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You investigate... Do you investigate the one Colt asked you to?
Yeah, I investigate where I'm asked.
Sure. You find a button. And you think this coffin specifically is you believe empty.
Which coffin? Which one's the coffin?
The one you're investigating. You think it's empty. On top of that, you believe you do find a button though.
Mm-hmm.
Located sort of here.
Are there any markings with the button, or is it just a plain button?
It's a button. You aren't really sure what it connects to. The only way to find out would be to press it.
Sure. I will inform everyone that there's a button in what position the button is on the coffin, and I will ask, should I have a look at all the other ones again just to see if I can see anything else?
Yeah, I can help you out with that and point you the way I found them.
You
Because
all
I found ones there as well.
You would also, with the 30, find a mechanism, or you believe there is a mechanism attached to the coffin lid, but it's inside. For this coffin specifically, it's inside the coffin.
Sure. I will relay that this coffin has an inside mechanism with the button, and I'm just gonna go just do an investigation on all the coffins.
You aren't sure if the internal mechanism inside the coffin is connected to the button. You don't think it is anyway.
Okay. Do you want me to just roll investigation for the other ones just to see if I
Yeah,
can see
give
anything
4
else?
investigations.
1, 2,
Nice.
3.
Okay.
I will just walk clockwise around the room.
Sure. This one was the nat 20. You're pretty sure there's an emaciated corpse on top of this coffin, but you're pretty sure there's something inside this coffin as well.
Okay.
And it is not a mechanism like the previous coffin. But again, the only way for you to figure out what actually is inside it would be to open
Press
it. Yeah. There's also you find the same button Colt found on this coffin.
I will say there's something inside this one.
And you would You think that you find evidence of like magical tampering, so like spells have been cast on this in the past
Mhm.
and possibly are still active.
Mhm.
For the second coffin, you find the button that Colt found, but you have a hard time determining what's inside it. For the third one, you basically think it's the same as this coffin,
Sure.
where there's a mechanism inside it, but you can't really tell what it does. But you're pretty sure it's not connected to the button, and
Mhm.
there is an emaciated corpse on top of it. And this one, you find the button that Colt found, but nothing else.
Sure. I will point out it looks like the two at the two across from each other at the top don't have anything actually inside them, but there's some sort of mechanism in. So they might be, like, it might be too empty, too full.
So just to double check, how many buttons do we currently have?
5.
Five.
It is 5. Just want to make sure. Thank you.
So there are 5 buttons. There are 2 definitely empty coffins. One that I found that definitely has something inside. And the one that I know has something inside has been magically tampered with in some way.
So do we all try the buttons at once, or do we try to go through them one at a time? So if there's something inside that is animated and hostile, we can all deal with it together.
Alright, well, once again getting clarification. Did you say on your investigation you only believe that one of them had something in it?
There's one that I know has something in it.
Okay.
The others, there are 2 I couldn't tell, and 2 that I know are empty.
Because again, yes, obviously we don't know for certain, but if there are 5 and there's one that you know there's something in, and maybe the other 4 have nothing in, then it could be a case of pressing the 4 buttons that have nothing in and leaving the one that does.
Mhm.
Or it could be, if we can find more evidence, I don't know what the letters would equate to, but if like the things that the coffins were for had something that related to like infernal, celestial, etc. So
It's just now occurred to me as well. Those letters, points at the viziers, could mean sync, as in sync.
Mm-hmm.
When Colt says that out loud, first on both doors, the top crystal glows, the second crystal glows on the right, then the crystal on the left, both those glows, and then both doors. The crystals on both doors extinguish, or they stop glowing. But you notice, even though all the crystals were glowing at one point, the mummies didn't rush out and attack you.
Okay, so
But the fog does not dissipate.
good job. Something happened.
maybe we need to get this thing burning again and try that again.
Maybe? I don't know. I because that's why I was thinking of like light shows the way of like maybe because it's destroyed. There is no light, which is why I'm fixing it, rather than just
To be-
stopping when I got to the letter.
To be fair,
Yeah.
all of the braziers have been extinguished
yeah.
because of the way that Fume chose to look at them, at the letter on the bottom of each one.
But we can fix that.
How much oil do you have on you?
None it all burned off.
True. Sonia, Colt, do you carry any oil around?
You what? You don't carry barrels of oil with you?
Weird.
Fucking weirdos.
I unironically think at one point, because of starting equipment, I might have had like a oil pot or something like that on us, but not no more.
It's fine.
Like,
I'm just
like, do you remember that time? Remember that time we were placing bets on dinosaur fights and Colt just put in a pot as his bet? He had some weird shit in his inventory at the start.
like, what's that spell that you love? Is it fabricate?
That is a good one.
Or,
It doesn't create stuff.
No,
The spell
what-
that creates things is creation.
Yeah, the one that you used to get the ore out of the wall.
No, that's fabricate. Fabricate lets you use material nearby to make something that you know how to make.
Yeah, so take the oil out of shit.
There's no oil nearby. That's the
Hmm.
problem.
And I
You
think
could. There's a spell called creation, which lets you create material like oil.
what things have oil in them?
I mean, you're in a stone room with two emaciated corpses that have no moisture at all in them. I guess you could take the oil off of your skin and out of your hair and your body,
yeah.
But
technically.
you'd feel awful
You would
afterwards.
you would feel awful, and also it wouldn't burn for very long, and also you wouldn't have a lot of it. You'd have a very tiny amount of oil, and you would feel garbage. You would damage yourself a lot by doing that.
To rock. See, this is one of those things that you'd see someone searching on Google and they're like, fucking idiots. Who types these things? Do rocks contain
Dude, are you googling
oil?
rocks? Oil?
Sedimentary rocks. Petroleum may occur in any porous rock, but it is usually found in sedimentary rocks, such as sandstone and limestone. Alright, are these made of limestone?
I doubt
No,
Are they
They
made
are
of
not.
sandstone?
they are not.
it. No, sandstone's
Damn
not
it.
really strong enough for this.
Also, it's hilariously that people also asked, sounds like they're getting blood from a rock, because it's, can you get oil from a rock?
I'm imagining the type of person who Googles this is like the type of person who is trying to start an oil business but doesn't know anything about where oil comes from.
But they do have a lot of rocks.
But they're like in the middle of the desert and they're like, I'll have a lot of sandstone.
Okay, are these bricks made of oil shale?
No.
Shit.
Strangely enough, there are no nearby. Like, maybe further on in the dungeon there might be oil in a storage room or something, but you don't think there is any. Like, they don't store oil in this room, you don't think.
What if I wasted more spells to turn some of these rocks into a T-Rex and then
Why don't you
super age
wish-
them?
Why don't you wish? I love how that's your
No,
solution, not
no,
wishing
Joseph.
for oil.
No, that could backfire.
True. Oil's definitely worth more than 25,000 gold.
Yeah, but what won't backfire is trying to super age a dinosaur.
Of course, of course. Conjuring creating a T-Rex out of some rocks, and then wishing that it was millions of years older until it becomes oil will definitely not go wrong.
Oh.
That's a perfect plan.
I'm glad you agree. So, I could also just cast grease.
Yeah? Or you could do
Yeah,
that.
you could do that. That will probably do it.
Oh, how long can I go talking before I actually say the correct answer? Like 10 minutes, I think that was.
Oh. I'm literally crying.
But if I remember correctly, I have to cast the 2014 grease because I think the 2024 grease doesn't work like that anymore.
It doesn't just create grease that you can get off the floor. It just magically greases an area for a bit and then the grease disappears. Is that how it works? I don't know. I've never used. I think
No
I've
one's
never
used grease.
I've never cast the spell grease before, ever.
I've
What?
seen it used once in a podcast, and that was it.
I have cast that spell before.
I've been in parties with people who've cast grease, but I've never myself cast it.
You have been in my party when I've cast grease before.
Yeah.
Can't remember
Yeah,
why
it-
I cast it or if it did anything, but I did
Twen-
cast it once.
2014 one reads: Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a
I
point
believe
within
it's
range
no longer
and
flammable.
turns it into
Yeah.
difficult terrain. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed a dex save or fall prone. Creature enters the area for the first time in its turn must make the dex save or fall prone.
It
Says
does say
nothing about it being flammable or not.
it does say duration 1 minute, which is interesting. It does imply that the grease disappears after a minute.
Mm.
Oh my god, I've seen the best question ever.
I
So
think the obvious one is because it's grease, it's definitely flammable. That's just a thing, but the new one states that it's not flammable.
So I typed into Google, is grease spell flammable? The first people also asked is perfect English. Is greases flammable or not?
Is greases flammable
Yes,
or not?
is
We'll never
grease
know.
is flammable
Uh,
or not?
If you keep going down that rabbit hole, you might find that video of people on the internet mispronouncing pregnant.
Pagnaran.
And they're just like,
Progananan?
this is it. How pregnant? How do you get Perginat and stuff like that?
How know if
You'll end up like that,
Pragi-
but with grease. Yeah. Perginat.
Are you Proganana?
Pregat.
Am I progenitor?
Are you Proganante?
Okay.
Do get pregante.
So who wants me to do the grease idea?
Try it.
Or who? Alright, hands up for grease idea. Hands up for super age dinosaur idea.
Ben puts his hand up for the Super Age dinosaur idea.
It's just so
I will
intrigued.
put my hands up for grease.
The Alhoon is gonna go with grease.
Okay, let's do the boron version then.
You cast grease and then harvest the grease and then put it in the braziers and then.
I mean, it says at a point you can see if you put the brazier down, you can make the point in the middle of the brazier, and then the grease has no choice but to pool into the middle because it's curved.
I'm quite happy for you to find some way of pouring this grease or scraping off the ground into the braziers and then lighting them.
I mean, I did check Colt's inventory. He does have a bunch of crockery and cutlery. You could
Look,
level 23. Nah, just do this.
I've gotta have like a bathtub or something in me bag, right?
Probably.
Yeah, you lay out all of your plates that you have for some reason, and then you cast it on the plates, and then you use the plates to pour the grease on each plate into the braziers.
Yeah. And then I find all of the oil that I had, and I was like, oh shit, I had a load of oil. Oh well. Throws it away.
Then I assume you ignite them.
Sure.
The room is now lit.
Is it lit?
Well, it's
AF.
it's more well lit than when you came in, because now there's a fourth one.
Okay, sink.
When you say sink, the top crystal on the door goes, then the one on the right, then the one on the left of each door, respectively.
And still nothing happens.
Nothing happens, no.
Nice and bright though.
It is a brighter room now. That is accurate.
Wait a minute. There's a spell that I know of that might be able to help, but my brain doesn't.
You should tell your brain.
I know, it's a cleric spell.
You should tell your brain, do.
Well, you should tell. If he knows the answer, but his brain doesn't, he should tell his brain the answer.
Oh, is it that one? Is that it?
Then his brain will know.
Yeah, that works. Sure. To test out my previous theory, it at least helps it a little way. I cast detect good and evil, or evil and good. I always say good and evil, but it's evil and good.
Okay.
Because then I could at least detect if there is a celestial or fiendish aura on one of the coffins. I can't do anything about the draconic or common, but
Does it also detect undead?
yes.
It does.
It
is.
does.
It detects aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where they're located, or similarly, if you know of a place or object within 30 feet that has a lot of like their magic concentrated on it. It also permeates most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
I've always hated that wording. Like, the start of it's meant to sound impressive, but then is followed by, but is blocked by a foot of stone. Or common metal.
Yeah, how do you define common metal?
Half a foot beneath your feet, you send nothing.
Nothing! Oh god.
Yeah, nothing. This coffin, the vibe you get is celestial. This one, you would get draconic. Actually, no, nothing. You would sense nothing, because that's not one of the
Yeah.
listed things.
Mm-hmm.
This one is this one undead.
Okay, that's 3. And then nothing from the other 2.
You don't
Technically
sense-
not 3, so we don't actually
Yeah,
know about.
True, you sense celestial and undead, and nothing else. Technically, anything that's not on the list or just other things could be in the other 3, theoretically.
So we've got undead, celestial. Did you say that there was an infernal one?
Also,
No, there is
No.
no inferno.
also technically, it might not be an actual one of them. It might just be a strong concentration of their magic or an object heavily tied
Yeah.
to each one, in theory.
Which of them was it that Fume said they know something's in?
Definitely something in this one. Like, definitely a human-sized object.
So
Okay.
it might be another one of them zippity fast mummies then.
Or technically, the undead could represent humans.
True, but if it's undead, that implies that it's animated.
Equally, it could just be a corpse wearing a powerful, like, necromancy amulet or ring,
That
or
too.
like,
You did. Bartran did say that this place was full of necromancers before.
yeah, could be a dead necromancer who just has a bunch of necromantic magic items on him. Could totally be that.
Or it could be cursed zombie that will kill you as soon as you open it.
Could be like a super mega undead that instantly sucks all the life out you when you open the coffin.
Ah, we'll send to do that then.
Zen's not strong enough to open the coffin.
But what if it's just the button that opens
Could be
it?
just the button. You haven't pressed any of the buttons yet,
I
so
love
it's impossible. to know.
Sen, breath of relief. What if it's just the button? Panic rears its ugly head.
Panic returns, begins to sweat.
Do you send Sen to press the button?
Okay, wait a minute. So, let's have a look. What the common. If we're going in alphabetical, common would be technically first.
You know when you write a puzzle,
Hmm.
you think it's gonna take 20 minutes.
Look, that's
Yes,
that's
I know
how every
exactly
puzzle
how
works.
this. Yeah, you write a
True.
puzzle that you're like, the solution for this is very obvious. It will happen instantaneously, and then everyone is sitting there for 2 hours, and you're like, ah,
Yeah, because everyone's sitting there for 2 hours going, but what if it isn't though?
Okay, well,
What if we all press these buttons and immediately die?
all right. So
True.
half an hour, the second half hour has passed. I have finished mending the thing, and then that stuff happens. I can now investigate these things if you'd like.
let's all just push the buttons, see what happens.
Yeah, there's 5 of us. Shall we? I'm thinking we press all 5 at once and say sync at the same time.
Or we just push the empty ones at the same time.
Okay. So
Which-
I
just
mean, if the empty ones
Actually-
are empty, it can't hurt
Actually,
to
that's a good
push
point.
them if we have the
The one thing,
manpower.
could you investigate for me if the one on the bottom is empty or not?
The
True.
Bottom left, because I couldn't work
Yeah,
out if that was empty.
couldn't-
Yeah, and
couldn't
Colts didn't
figure out
roll
if
good
there
for
was
that
anything
either.
inside that. Also, you didn't sense anything from this one, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty awful roll.
It was a 30.
Yeah.
If you think you might have found something different, if you reach behind the coffin, you think you can touch like a lever you could pull?
Crunk, do I pull the lever? I would immediately go to another one to double check there isn't a similar thing that was missed in the
No,
others.
it's exclusive to this coffin. You would also be able to tell this coffin has been magically tampered with, and also there is something inside it, although you can't
Yeah.
tell until you open the coffin. You would guess a body-sized object.
Okay.
Could just be a nice pile of gold.
So we've got 5 buttons, 1 lever, and at least 2 things, maybe 3 things. There's something in this, but I don't know what it is. I at least know there's 2. One at one angle and 1 dead. So, all right, pull lever, press button. Which one do you want? What you feeling?
I'm still thinking press buttons in sync with each other, as in after a countdown, and say sync at the same time. Unless someone thinks that we should do one or the other first. Well, we know it's saying. Yeah, every time I say sync, the 3 lights bleep.
Yeah, true. First the top one, then the one on the right, then the one on the left, respective to each door.
Mm. Unless it's like we have to do the top one, and then it's top, right, then left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless we have to do the top ones, the right ones, then the left ones. Shadow's here.
I am thinking. That's why silent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, above game, because Colt wouldn't know what this is, but this feels like when you synchronize a controller to a console or something.
L
You have
from
to, like,
Death
press the
Note theme
buttons and-
starts playing.
If things
what?
are bleeping in an order whenever you say the word sync, it makes me think that order is the what we want to do it instead.
Top
Yeah.
crystal, right crystal, left crystal.
Yeah, so
When-
we have to go top, right, left in terms of like button pressing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is that what we're going to try?
that's what I want to try.
But
Okay, I'm done with that.
yeah, but the question is which are top, which are right, and which are left.
Well, there's only one chest that could be defined as top because it's all
Yeah.
up there by itself.
And once you orientate that as top, then it tells you what's right and what's left.
Yeah, but there's
Uh-huh.
there's 2 options for right and left.
How?
No. you push both the ones on the right and both the ones on the left.
The ones
Unless
on
you're
the right
saying-
relative to when you're facing the one at the top.
I'm sorry. Did you find any? Was there something inside the one on the bottom left? I missed it. If you
There is
said
something, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
So the question
There's
is like,
a body-sized object in this one, and there is some sort of mechanical thing on the inside of this one, and this one. But without opening any of them, it's impossible to know truly what's inside.
So yeah, I agree with your summary of like press top one, then right one,
Sure.
then left one.
you're arguing that like we shouldn't, because I was like, do we press both the right
Yeah.
and both the left at the same time? And you're on the like, no, maybe we should only be pressing one of each of those sides.
Just to
the
be
problem's-
doubly sure, neither of them on the left were empty, because this one's empty.
That's empty, and this is empty.
Yeah, mechanism, body.
Maybe we should only click the ones that have mechanisms.
Well,
But-
the one with the body looks like it's been magically messed with. Like there's some sort of magic persistent on it.
Yeah,
You
like-
know
like
that
it's a
this
trap.
one and this one has been magically tampered with in some way.
So they might be trapped.
That happened when you. That only happened on. Yeah, you only know about that on those two, though. To be fair.
I mean, we could just risk it.
I mean, if we are going to risk it, Bartran, you might want to press this one, because we know this one's empty. If this thing goes off and there's something hostile inside it, at least someone who can probably tank it should be in the way.
Okay, that seems good.
Like if this is correct, we'll get this in like 3 goes.
Okay. So.
I love how
easy?
Fume gets the, if this is accurate, the safe option.
Do you want to say sync?
I mean, I was just thinking,
And I assume you're going to try and time it
Okay.
with what are you going to try first?
I
Let's
mean,
get that
when
happening.
when one of us says sync, that means the first ruby will light up. That'll be the signal to press the top button.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then
was thinking.
The button on the right, the ruby on the right will light up, which happens on both doors. So the people on the people on the right side can see the left door with the right ruby lit up, so they know to press the button, and the same on the other side.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
When you,
so
say
that's
it,
what
when you say it, I'll start by pushing the top button. And then
yeah, so
Right.
we would have to tell Fume when to press it. But
So it's going to
otherwise,
be top, and then both of the doors on
mean-
the left,
and
and
then
then both
both
of the
court-
doors.
yeah.
Okay.
Corta
That's the
said
10th one.
sync. Corta said sync multiple times without even
Oh,
need
Yeah,
to,
every
and
time
we've
you said
seen
sync,
the
the
light
crystal-
flash up.
Yeah, every time you said sync the crystal on the top, then the right, then the left. I just didn't
Yeah,
want to
so-
Say the
interrupt
word
your
sync, it
sentence.
starts. So as soon as you say sync, I'll press the top button.
Yeah, that's just what I was just going to say.
Yeah, that works.
So, everyone ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, sync.
Okay,
Press.
top one goes, you press. Then the one on the right goes,
Press.
Double
Press.
press.
then double press, true. Then the one on the left goes,
Double press.
both press. Okay. All of you
Die.
get spiked in the hand. You take 1
Yee.
point of damage.
Ow.
Alright, again.
And then please make a con save.
I'm great at
As
this.
a-
Bloody poison again.
A little spike comes out of the button and gives you a little. It says hi.
It's
There's
only-
no way to press the button without getting spiked, assuming you get the answer wrong.
That's only a 30 and I shouldn't have... I forgot to turn off the toggle.
It is DC 19.
Ooh.
Diamond sword. Make that go away.
God, my +3.
Meets it beats.
I need to get that...
36
fucking-
on if you got 19 or higher, half of that. +1 damage from the actual little tiny spike you got.
Oh no, Bartran. I suppose he is like an actual creature start block, so he's
Yeah,
not dead.
he's not dead, but he's like, ow, I don't like it.
Okay, so what did we get wrong? We pushed both buttons on the sides, so we maybe have to pick one.
Yes, this time not the top ones because Bartram hurt and we're trying to keep him alive.
So the
Well,
bottom ones and
if
the
I-
top.
Well, what about
Yeah.
the ones that are empty and just have mechanisms in them? I can swap places with Bartrin again. Just press this button,
I mean, yeah, if you want to do it that
and
way.
then he doesn't have to press that one down there because it's been tampered with.
Sure.
And then Ben presses the other one, so we're just pressing the empty ones with the mechanisms this time.
Okay.
Okay,
Sync,
Press.
first the top,
press.
then this one, then the last one, and do you press at the same time?
You went up, left, right there,
Oh yeah, sorry, up, then you press, then
and then I press, then Ben.
Ben. Yeah. You do that. Con save. Little spiky spike. Gonna
What the hell are we getting wrong?
spike you. Success. Oh yeah. I need to roll Ben's. I just assumed he failed.
Oh, stop rolling garbage. There. Diamond
Stop.
Soul again.
Cease the garbage. It's gotta be good.
Joseph,
You
can
need
I
good
have
back.
plus 12 in my con save? Everyone else has it.
maybe for your birthday.
Oh, it's so far away. I'm definitely going to die before then.
Oh. Nice.
See, fucking,
what the
he's even
hell?
got plus 11. Fucking
What the
dragon
hell are we
bitch.
getting wrong? Yeah, because he's a dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon bitch.
36 again, nice.
What the hell are we getting
Pl-
wrong?
+1 for the actual spiky spike.
Alright, attempt 3. Cool, back down here.
I enjoy so much how your brains have all interpreted this, and I really like it.
See him.
Okay, so Colt's gonna go to this one now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's eliminate every possibility.
And then
No,
Sync.
it's
Press.
Fume, me,
Fume.
Sonia, Sync.
Cool. Everybody roll me a con save.
I can do those.
You get a little spiky spike.
Yeah.
You're all so close, but like an inch away from success.
We've got all the things lit.
It's 50 damage, or half of that, if you pass.
Oh shit, I should have been halving all my damage.
True. You're tantalizingly close to the answer.
Fuck it, I pulled the lever. It's,
Okay.
It was taunting me too much.
It was taunting you. It was
Well,
saying,
it's the
Sonia.
next step. It's the next
Internally, my choice was, if none of those work, I'm pulling that fucking lever.
sure, you pull the lever. The door to this place slams shut. Bloop. And then you hear it's kind of like a vacuuming noise in the room.
So it's sucking all the air out.
Oh no, Ben! The oxygen's leaving! You need that!
True. Ben and the Alhoon are both like, oh no!
Do you want me
We
to...
could really use some atmosphere. That would be healthy.
Do you want me to move the lever again? Or
yes.
maybe there needs to be no atmosphere. Then, quickly, come here. Well, you guys can push the buttons again. Because I'm not fucking
Both-
pushed it again.
Both of them hold their breath.
I will say the spell air bubble exists.
I know it does. I have it.
I'm saying that for Ben.
No, you couldn't have said that because the oxygen's gone.
I mean,
Shift the
there is no.
eyes.
I mean, legitimately, there
oxygen's
is no.
gone.
There is no sound in this room anymore. There are no gases in this room. You're in a vacuum. So you technically don't have the ability to cast spells anymore that have verbal components
Mhm.
because there's no sound.
Okay, I
And these two
explained.
are holding their breath.
I explained the plan. We're gonna do the pressy thing. I'm gonna use it. It's gonna hurt Fume, but whatever. When you are shocked, Fume, that is when you press button. Or that people can just watch light, because I can like do the cast touch spell. I am saying this through telepathy.
Through telepathy.
Also, fucking messages and shit. Oh no, that one requires whisper, so you technically can't use that one.
Yeah. No sound in this room.
I speak to you telepathetically. Then I... God, this is such a dickhead thing to do. Then once everyone's prepared and ready to go, I will create an air bubble for me. So that I can say the word sink.
Oh.
I could have given that to Ben and got him to do that, but... So yeah, and then I shock Fume. Fume press button.
Sorry,
Graham,
I'm barely. What was that?
What order are you pressing the buttons in?
the top, right, bottom, left, bottom.
Sure, I press button when
Top
you tell me
right.
to press button.
Right, so top,
Top,
and then...
in the correct order, top, and then both of the lower ones.
Oh, and then both of the lower
But you
ones.
pulled the lever this time?
Yes.
Okay,
There is no oxygen in the room currently.
it goes. Then thingy.
Yep.
Con save. You're so close to the answer.
I
I'm
cast...
betting it's just actually doing them in sync rather than doing all the thing following the lights. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think he's just
There's
yeah.
legitimately only 2 more ways of pressing these buttons while saying sync that I can think of.
No,
Yeah,
there's-
which is just pressing all 5 at once at the same time as the lights go.
I mean, there's that, and then there's the solution.
Uh-huh. So we know that that one isn't the solution. Good.
So
True.
could you just tell us the right way to do it and that we've done all the other ways?
Does the
You can figure
okay
this out.
finger sign to the sky? Thanks God.
You've come so far.
Just
Remember,
put
it's
us
the
out of our
top
misery.
one, then the one on the right, to the right of the door. So this one, a gem that's there and a gem that's here.
Uh huh.
Then
Uh-huh.
Is
gem
it?
that's left is this one.
I
and
mean-
this one.
Yeah, so we have to do this top one. When
Mm-hmm.
you say sync, we have to do that top one, then this one and this one at the same
Yeah.
time, then this one and this one
That's what
at
I
the
was
same
gonna
time.
say. Let's
Right,
try
let's
it.
do that. Let's try that one.
Yeah, you do it. You say sync, and lo and behold, you did it. No, that's the solution.
Yay.
The room reoxygenates.
Oh, I was gonna pull the lever, but okay. I was like, oh, okay. I don't need to save them. Excellent. I am the hero. We'll never know if
and-
that lever was important.
We worked as a team, Sonia.
We'll never know if that lever did anything really. Took
Aside from take all the air out the room.
Yeah.
Ben and the Alhoon both breathe a sigh of relief
And
as
Ben
you have finally made it past the first room.
and Ben
in
screams,
theory,
"Why did you not cast that on me instead of yourself?"
By the way, air bubble at its lowest level, it makes enough for 3 people.
True, but they had to be far enough apart to press the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once they have the air bubbles, they don't have to remain in proximity.
No,
Sure.
I cast it on me.
Yeah,
I was very clear on
intentionally
that.
just cast it on yourself. I'm not disparaging that.
I also have
Yeah.
water bubble if you want to breathe water.
I mean, there's no water here. It's a crypt.
No,
I'm
no, it
also-
creates a bubble around your head.
I'm also shocked none of you ever tried to open any of the coffins. But yeah, you have solved the first room of the
Hooray.
rest of this dungeon.
Of the
I think
rest
that's a
of
good
your
place
life.
to end it because it's quite late.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our brains are mush.
True. Well done. You did it. Props. That was an incredibly difficult puzzle.
If you don't know the answer.
Yes.
Oh, Graham's definitely dead. Like 100%.
He-
I'm so
Has-
dead.
Died. Yes.
Rip in potatoes.
You did it.
Yep, the title "We Beat Up an IT Consultant" accurate.
We beat up an IT consultant, and we spend the whole
You know what?
time in a crypt.
Let's
Getting stabbed.
for once
with
let's edit
poisonous
the
needles.
title. Let's call this episode
Brain melt. Poison stab.
"Players vs Simple Puzzle."
And why? And you didn't even try the time stop.
No, I'm still gonna use that. Don't you fucking think I'm not?
Didn't even try it.
I also, while we were doing all that, looked up and shock and horror. This is a very contested question online
What is?
about how time stop and anti magic interact.
Field interact.
Because there's a whole thing to do with, well, technically you're casting it
mean-
on yourself to stop time. So it's actually that you have stopped in time, not that everything, but everything has stopped because that's how that works.
I mean, clearly how the spell works is it magically brings time to a halt for everyone except you, which means I feel that if you were in an anti-magic field, the magic that's bringing time to a halt would not affect you, therefore
You could still move.
you can still move around.
Yeah, but
Which
I think the
I
big
like
argument
that,
is like,
that ruling.
it's like, no, it's being cast on you. But
That just happened in an anime, by the way. You know.
the whole problem with that is time stop is fucking stupid.
True.
I saw a clip the other day where, oh, it might have been this morning actually. It was either this morning or yesterday, where exactly that scenario happened in a show, but it didn't tell me what the show was.
Nice.
So now I'm like, what is this show? It looks really funny
And
because
before-
this exact thing happened.
And just for reference,
It was a wizard versus a warrior, and the wizard stopped time, and then the warrior's just like, nah, fuck you, I'm not letting you get away with this, and starts storming towards them, and the wizard's just going, what the fuck? How can you move? I've stopped time.
Let's Google who made YMCA. It's Village People.
Yeah, so you were right. And they are savage as fuck with their copyrights.
Just for reference, Mr. Village People, I was making a joke. I want to see the rest of this dungeon. Don't kill us.
True. If they take down the video, it's over.
If they
You can never
no,
see
they
the rest.
just take down the channel entirely. You
If they take
badmouth
down-
us.
If
How
you
does
take
that
down
go under copyright? It fucking does.
if they take down your channel, then you never get to see the end of this dungeon.
Yep. Why did it end? Ah.
The campaign keeps going, but this dungeon just stops.
Yep.